Your home for the Jayhawks, Lions, and Firebirds is FM 1017 and 1320 KLWN. Depend on it.
Hello and welcome into Free State High School as we get ready for the city showdown between the Firebirds and the Chesty Lions, visiting in the long drive across the city from Lawrence High School. With Craig Hershiser, I'm Derek Johnson. We get ready for action here. You can tune into the game on FM 1017, AM 1320, KLWN app, KLWN.com, or you can watch our video feed paired with our radio broadcast. Find that at KLWN.com. Click the high school sports feed. It's also on the Great Plains Media YouTube page. And if you have a smart TV, you can pull up the YouTube page on your smart TV and find the game with Great Plains Media and the Lawrence High Free State game. So, Craig, City Showdown here. It's been a couple years since Free State got to host this, and in fact, this is the first meeting between these two at Free State High School with fans since 2019. How excited are you for tonight?
Well, that seems like a while ago, doesn't it? 2019. But yeah, I've been looking forward to this game. Every time you or anybody else has asked me about it, I've tried to downplay it. Just remind everybody, one game at a time, folks. The most important game is the one this week, but the truth of it is this has been in the back of everybody's mind all season.
Well, and one of the differences of this year, and I think this is how it was last year, I can't remember the year before, but a lot of prior years, this was the final game of the regular season, which I always thought was difficult with getting ready for the playoffs, and you put so much emotion and investment into this game. On one hand, you do have another regular season game after this, but I kind of like better that it's in Week 7 now.
Yeah, I do too. I think your point is well made. Definitely, you've got, you just kind of build, as kids do it, into a fever pitch the whole week, and then you've got this game and then the outcome, one way or the other, but then all of a sudden you're into playoffs where it's win or go home. And so it's a lot. I think it's a lot for high school kids to deal with. So it's good to have it this week, have another regular season game the following week, and then get ready for your regional play.
Well, it's going to be a bit of a cooler night here at Free State High School. Currently 55 degrees, going to work into the low 50s as the game continues on. And it is a windy one tonight. We see the trees kind of blustering about, so that could affect kicking game, that could affect passing game. Certainly in a game like this, you figure close, tight-knit games, two teams playing hard. I'm sure the turnover battle could have a big deciding factor in who comes out on top.
It's the same recipe for every game, but those elements that you just mentioned, turnovers, penalties, those are magnified in a game like this. And your best players have to play great, but almost every time there is a player that you don't expect that will make a play that is a turning point in the game. So I wonder who that could be tonight.
Yeah, absolutely. The unsung heroes as much as the regular heroes. It's going to be a fun quarterback matchup. Banks Bowen versus Wesley Edison. Some good running backs, good linemen, good skill players all around the field. Our pregame show is brought to you by Kansas Center for Sedation Dentistry. Kansas Center for Sedation Dentistry is kind, caring, 11:30 to 10:30. From the Bill Self Mac and Cheese to the Hangy Turkey Stack or the Hank Booth Burger, come in to watch all the football, basketball, baseball games throughout the year from high school to KU to the NFL. We're going to take a quick time out during our pregame show. Be back for more with Craig Hershiser. I'm Derek Johnson as we get ready for City Showdown action at 7 o'clock between the Firebirds and the Chesty Lions on KLWN and KLWN.com. Depend on it.
There are a lot of Mexican restaurants that claim to be authentic or think their food tastes that way, but nothing compares to Mama's Tamale Shop. Enjoy artistically prepared tamales, empanadas, and street tacos with your choice of meats and salsas that are prepared fresh to order. Not sure what to order? Mama's will always give you a sample. Relax and enjoy great food and try one of the fresh waters or jarritos on the patio. Authentic Mexican food. Come hungry, leave satisfied. Mama's Tamale Shop, 9th in Louisiana.
Sigler Pharmacy strives to make each customer's pharmacy experience as smooth and simple as possible. Sigler believes that being a local pharmacy means providing healthcare services to its patients that are customized to meet their needs. Sigler can help manage medication refills for hypothyroidism, high blood pressure, diabetes, and more. They will even pre-pack your monthly med box and deliver it straight to your door. Let their knowledgeable pharmacist at Sigler Pharmacy help manage your medications and questions. Sigler Pharmacy cares. Call today.
Your home for the Jayhawks, Lions, and Firebirds is FM 1017 and 1320 KLWN. Depend on it.
Welcome back in KLWN, or if you're joining our video feed at KLWN.com. With Greg Hershiser, I'm Derek Johnson. City Showdown coming at you in about 10 minutes from right now. Our pregame show here brought to you by Kansas Center for Sedation Dentistry. Kansas Center for Sedation Dentistry, kind, caring, and understanding when you need it most. Come to the compassionate, caring dental team in Lawrence. So I've been doing the Lawrence High games this year. Craig's been doing the Free State High games this year. I'm going to open the floor to you. What would you say has been the Firebirds' biggest strength so far this season?
Well, the obvious thing is to point to Wesley Edison. We've watched him be the sophomore quarterback that gets 2 or 3 minutes at the end of the game after Jet Deneen comes out. Move into the starting spot last year, gradually evolve into being the guy, and then completely taking that role this year. I mean, if you just look at his numbers, they're actually kind of staggering. If you
I mean, the amount of touchdowns that he's gone for, 25 total touchdowns to 1 interception, pretty incredible.
Yeah, I mean, 957 yards passing, 720 yards rushing. That's just, at this point of the season, that's a pretty outstanding total offensive package for him. But he has been complimented a great deal by Grant Lincoln, a 5'10 senior, number 21, who has really the last 2 to 3 weeks come on as a running back. And their offensive line, I think, has just grown throughout the entire season, where they look pretty good the opening night, about as good as you might expect, but they just keep getting better and better as the season has gone on. So we'll see how that plays out tonight. But they are a threat. They're a real threat. So we'll see what the LHS defense has in store for them.
Yeah, and right now the Free State offense is putting up big numbers, almost 400 yards per game. The defense only giving up 14 points per game. Lawrence High's had to play a few more closer games so far. Their average score is 28-24, and they're coming off their second loss of the season to Gardner last week. That was after they lost at Olathe East. When you look at some of the common opponents between these two teams, both played Olathe West. Lawrence actually had a bigger win there, 49-14. Free State beat them 44-29. When you look at the Olathe East game, though, Lawrence High lost 24-6, and Free State won 17-12. There's some other common opponents in there, but those offensively, they've been better running the football than they have been passing the football. But they're certainly a team that likes to try to pass the football, so we'll see how that kind of affects things here. And defensively, they're a multiple defense. They've been opportunistic. They've had some key turnovers that they've been able to force throughout the year. Do you have to, as a coach in this game, do you think you have to almost calm your kids down? You almost, normally you have to play a bit of motivator at the beginning of games, and you have to make sure that your kids are up for every game. In a game like this, do you almost have to rein them back in to make sure you don't do anything extra, you just do your job, you don't, make any dumb penalties or anything like that?
I think it depends on the composition of your team and what your internal leadership is like. If you've got a mature team out there and some kids who have been through it and they've been in some other big games, then they understand. It's a big game. We all know that. They hear the noise all season, and especially all week. They hear it at home. They hear it from their friends. They hear it from friends at school. And so there's really no problem getting kids up for the game. But if your leadership on the team can keep everybody focused, I think that's very, very critical. Certainly, the old coach's cliche, okay, there's another game next week, guys, win or lose, that sort of thing. But and it's true, but this game is awfully important to a lot of people.
Yeah, and beyond just the, bragging rights that you're going to have for a full year, I mean, this is going to be very important for, playoff standings. Right now, Free State is the 1 seed in the West. They're 6-0. And with a win in this one, I think you would secure a home field advantage in the first round as Free State starts to run out onto the field. Whereas with Lawrence, they're currently the 9 seed, so right now they'd be having to travel on the road. And when you're on the road in the West, that's a long travel. You have to go down to Wichita East or Garden City or Derby or Wichita Heights, something like that. So both these teams with a big opportunity from the playoff perspective coming into this one as well. Our insurance sponsor is Kurt Gieser State Farm in Lawrence. Like a good neighbor, Kurt Gieser State Farm team is there to serve all of your insurance needs. Give Kurt and his team a call today. We are here in our Trudy Credit Union broadcast booth at Free State High School. Trudy Credit Union is a proud supporter of both the Free State Firebirds and the Lawrence High Chesty Lions. You can get your Firebird Spirit Card or your Lawrence High Spirit Card today. You swipe, they give. Visit a branch of trudycu.org/Spirit Card to learn more. Firebirds fight and stand up and fight for your Lawrence Lions with Trudy Credit Union. We're going to take another time out here in our pregame as we get closer to kickoff between the Free State Firebirds and the Lawrence High Chesty Lions. With Craig Hershiser, I'm Derek Johnson. You're listening on KLWN or KLWN.com. Depend on it.
And just like that, it all comes down to this. 4th and goal. Matt, take yourself inside the huddle. What play are you calling?
I'm saying, let's go to 23rd Street Brewery.
Right now?
Yeah.
It's the biggest play of the game.
No better time than that. There's no better spot to watch football than 23rd Street Brewery. We've got the Lions, the Firebirds, of course the Jayhawks, and all the NFL action.
Well, we better get out of here fast to catch the ending of the game. Dibs on the Haney turkey stack.
That's the 23rd Street Brewery, corner of Clinton Parkway and Castle.
Fall back in love with your carpets again. Rainbow Restoration, your locally owned and trusted home restoration company for over 20 years, has a limited time offer to make your home ready for the holidays. With Rainbow's advanced carpet cleaning equipment and attention to detail, they will transform the look and feel of your home and improve indoor quality. 2 rooms for $109. This great offer doesn't last long. Must book by Friday the 13th. Call 785-371-2400 or text 785-328-4644 to schedule today.
Your home for the Jayhawks, Lions, and Firebirds is FM 1017 and 1320 KLWN. Depend on it.
With Craig Hershiser, I'm Derek Johnson. You're listening on KLWN or our video feed, KLWN.com, and on the Smart TV. You can find us on YouTube with the video feed of everything. So Free State sending out their captains. The captains out there, Wesley Edison, the senior quarterback. Parker Moore, the junior linebacker. Tyler Jeffries, a senior linebacker, who's kind of a versatile player on the defense. And Hank Fuchs, a senior offensive lineman for Free State. Those players 7, 8, 35, and 74 numbers-wise. The Firebirds are in black uniforms with silver numbers. Lawrence High, meanwhile, sending out their captains. One of their captains is injured. That's Will Hendricks. He's the 6'3 senior offensive tackle, and he missed last week's game, suffered an injury a couple weeks ago. So he comes out as the captain, but he is not dressed in football pads to play tonight. Kem Allen, another captain. He is the 6'2 senior, plays on the offensive and defensive line. Connor Nowak is a senior tight end and defensive end. So he missed last week's game. Looks like he's back then apparently because he's in pads, the 6'2 senior. And then also Xander Thomas, the senior safety and wide receiver. And Lawrence High in white uniforms. They have red numbers. We're going to pause 10 seconds for station identification. You're listening to the City Showdown between Lawrence High and Free State on KLWN. Depend on it.
1320 KLWN Lawrence and FM 1017 K269 GP Lawrence. Depend on it.
So once again, our halftime show has been brought to you by Kansas Center for Sedation Dentistry. And we're here in our Trudy Credit Union broadcast booth. Free State again in the black uniforms, black pants. They've got the no-mat helmets, but then plenty of shine on the logo on the helmet with the wing of the Firebird. Lawrence High in the white tops, white pants. They've got the black helmets with the white stripe. Ran through a sign as they came out on the field that said, "Winner, winner, Firebird for dinner." We'll see if that comes back to haunt them at all. Free State's going to kick off to open things up here. Lawrence High will receive as we're ready for action in the 2023 City Showdown. And all-time Free State leads the series 16-10.
Derek, you mentioned bragging rights for the next year. I would say you have bragging rights for the foreseeable future. Every class reunion, every social engagement, every time you see somebody from the other team, you don't have to say anything, you just know.
Especially if you're a senior. This is your last rendition of it.
Absolutely.
Kicking off for Free State is Ishkandiri. It takes a hop into the end zone. And having to pick it up is Jacobson. It'll be a touchback, and Lawrence High will take over for the first time. Starting lineup for the Lions, Banks Bowen, the junior quarterback at 6'3". The starting running back, Malcolm Paul, number 5, a 6'2 senior. Starting tight end, Connor Nowak, back into the starting lineup after missing last week, the 6'2 senior, who's also a defensive end. 3 receivers in the starting lineup for the Lions, Gabe Wingard, number 6, Mason Mosman, number 7, a junior and senior, and then Jackson Becker, who had an excellent game last week, 6-foot sophomore on the inside. We'll get to the Firebirds defense in the line of the Lions. After this first play, they're on the left hash to open things up. Starting from the 20-yard line against this Firebirds defense. LHS going from right to left, Free State going from left to right to open up here in the first quarter of play. It's actually Jacobson beginning the game at running back. Paul, the normal starting running back, and a flag comes down as Bowen was just taking the snap. It's a delay of game. This was an issue for Lawrence High last week. They had 3 or 4 delay of games. 2 of them were on 4th downs that they were going to go for, and they were out of timeouts. And they had a couple other plays that they had to call timeouts because of near delay of game. So this has been an issue for them all season long, and it starts off their drive 5 yards back.
That is the kind of thing that will just drive your head coach nuts.
And so now it'll be 1st down and 15 for the Lions out of the pistol with Jacobson, the running back, behind him. Speed option to the right. Bowen will flip it, pitch in front of him. He's able to grab it, then slip a tackle up to the 20. He's hit in the air down to the 24-yard line. Gain of 9 on the 1st down run. We'll make it 2nd and 6.
Well, nice job eluding that tackle in the open field. And really the Firebirds have been very, very sure open field tacklers. So a rare missed tackle out in open space for Free State, but yeah, good 9-yard run for Lawrence High.
They'll be out of the pistol from the right hash now. Firebirds bring a linebacker blitzing. Jacobson takes it up the middle of the left, finds a hole in a crease, and then he'll be dragged down after picking up the 1st down. It's going to move it to the 33-yard line. Well, the offensive line for LHS opening up holes. Left tackle Bailey Johnson tonight, 6'3", 18 sophomore. He fills in for Will Hendricks. At left guard, Dylan Alvarado, normally the right guard, 6'3", 28 senior. Center's Elijah Gray, 6'3", 276 junior. At right guard, Elijah Hernandez, and right tackle Kem Allen. Quick throw right by Bowen is caught by Malcolm Paul. Slips by one and gets knocked down right at the sticks for the line to gain. And it'll be a yard short, so it'll be 2nd down and 1. The starting defense for the Firebirds, you're going to see Blaine Larkin, a 6'5 junior defensive end. Spencer Landis, 6'2 senior. Hiram Vayono, a 6'2", 270-pound senior. Tristan Tran, you'll see plenty of defensive linemen rotating as the high snap. Bowen catches it off a hop, then just throws it away. And this is going to go down intentional grounding. Well, he did get it past the line of scrimmage and was out of the pocket. It's actually going to be an eligible man downfield on Lawrence High. And so the ineligible man downfield is going to move him back. That means a blocker was past the mark that he could be to get there, and so this will make it 2nd down. It's going to move him to the 32. And it'll be 2nd down and 11.
Boy, 2nd and 1. A bad snap and an ineligible man
actually
downfield.
2nd and 6.
And we're having a hard time deciding where
I was going to
down
say,
marker goes. Yeah.
intentional grounding should have been 15, and ineligible man downfield should have been 5, but
Yeah.
they put it at 10. So
Yeah,
maybe they said, I don't know, we'll split the difference.
Yeah, that's how they made that
guess.
decision.
2nd and 6, fake handoff. Bowen blasted, but he gets away from it and breaks off to the right for a 1st down. Cuts back at the 50. Bowen up to the 40, bursting down the sideline, and he's knocked out of bounds just inside the 30-yard line.
Wow, that turned into a sack and lost yardage into a huge run for the quarterback Bowen from LHS. That's an impressive individual effort there, because Derek, by all rights, he should be down.
It's to the 33-yard line, 1st and 10 for the Lions. Early on, Free State missing a couple tackles. Yep. Leading to Lawrence High having some success. 10:21 to go in the first quarter. 1st and 10 Firebirds from the Lawrence High 33. Kobe Oshner, Crow Bangoa, Parker Moore, Tyler Jeffries, all players we could see at linebacker. It'll be a fake on the jet sweep. Bowen keeps it up the middle. He's hit at the line, then drags forward to about the 30-yard line, maybe the 29. The corners for the Free State, Braden Byrne, Johnny Williams, and the DBs, Ethan Prescott, Noah Rupp. And those are your starting lineups for these two teams.
Man, Derek, wrap them up and bring them to the ground. That's just the fundamental rule of tackling.
And certainly Bowen causing a lot of missed tackles right now. It's second down and about 6.5 for the Lions. They have 3 receivers out to the left, 1 to the right. The running back in there, Taj Edwards. Lions will play 3 running backs. Edwards gets the call. He's hit behind the line, and this time a secure tackle, Parker Moore for the TFL.
Parker Moore just blowing in there, I think untouched. I'm not even sure he was blocked. Gets penetration into the Lion backfield. Tackle for loss. We're looking at 3rd and about 12 now. Excuse me. Yeah, 3rd and 12.
I'm loving these digital sticks. Show the yardage.
Yep.
We've been spoiled here at Free State, Craig.
A lot more reliable than that scoreboard, I can tell you that.
A lot more reliable than my eyes, too. 3rd down and 12. LHS at the Free State 35-yard line. Bowen fakes, steps into the pocket, hits into Jeffries, trying to spin away, and he's going to get knocked forward. It won't be a sack as Tristan Tran helped finish him off. It was Jeffries initially grasping him. He does gain about a yard, but now it's going to be 4th down for the Lions. They have a 4th and 11. They have to get to the 23. This is kind of in that no-man's zone. Do you pooch punt? Do you go for it? They're out of field goal range. LaForte's been an accurate kicker, but this well beyond his length.
What we've seen a lot of this season, Derek, is a team lining up in an offensive formation, and then the quarterback just drops back a couple of steps and pooch punts it. So we'll see what Lawrence High has in store here.
A 5-wide set, no running backs, 3 right, 2 to the left, and some movement at the line of scrimmage. And we'll see who this is against. It's a false start. Well, if that would have been against Free State, you probably change your tune, and if that wasn't going to be a pooch kick, you probably do go for it.
Yeah, but
now this changes things a bit.
Yeah, I'm thinking now you play the field position game and try to get a good punt down there inside the 10.
Bowen stays out on the field offensively.
Or not.
Again, it could still be a pooch kick. We'll see. 39-yard line for Lawrence on the Free State side of the field. They have a 4th down and 16. Line to gain up to the 23. There's 1 receiver left, 2 to the right, and the tight end in the game is Wyatt Hendricks, the younger brother of Will Hendricks. Starting left tackle is out tonight. Taj Edwards is the running back. Free State linebackers showing pressure. It'll be a play fake. This is going to be an actual go for it. Bowen looking downfield, can't find it. Now he'll scramble. He's going to have to long way to run, but he stumbles, and Tyler Jeffries with the tackle. Firebirds take over.
Boy, nice discipline by the Free State defense. The second line of defense at the linebacker level really broke down well. You know, didn't overcommit, was in great shape to make a tackle. Then Bowen slips a little bit. It's the end of the play. So Free State takes over now on downs.
So it'll be 1st and 10 Firebirds from their own 37. They'll start at the right hash, 7:54 to go in the opening quarter. As Wesley Edison, the 6'3 senior quarterback in the offense, comes out. Grant Lincoln, the star running back at 5'10, the senior. It'll be a QB draw for Edison, running patiently, finds a hole, then a huge crease up to the 50. Slips through 1, up to the 40, and he's brought down inside the 35. Touchdown saving tackle by Jalen Parks.
Patience as a runner, that's what we've seen Edison develop as the season has gone on. He reads his blocks, he sets tacklers up for blocks, finds the open space, and has the speed to accelerate past the tacklers.
Great blocking by the O-line up to the 32. The receivers, Devon Hamilton, Landon Leipold, Liam Stromberg, Braylon Preston. All players to watch for Free State on the outside. Edison from the right hash takes a chest-high snap. Quick throw to the right. It's caught by Grant Lincoln at the 30, up to the 20, and then he'll fall forward to about the 18. Another 1st and 10. So 2 plays, 2 first downs for Free State. Can't ask for much better than that. The other starters, left tackle Braden Wilmies, left guard Hank Fuchs, center Hiram Kahungura, right guard Lawson Brunghart, and right tackle Alex Risley. Edison takes a snap, looks for the quick screen left, can't find it, and he's sacked behind the line. Connor Nowak returning to the lineup, brings him down for the loss of 5.
Boy, good tackle by Nowak. Just putting a shoulder into Edison and driving him to the turf.
And I think that play was set up. It was the DB. I couldn't tell if that was, I think, Kayvon Price maybe, who saw the receiver screen and took it away. And that was the play call on the receiver screen. So now it's second down, about 14, 15 yards as Edison take the low snap, QB power up the middle. He's hit behind the line and brought down behind the line. Shot out of a cannon coming through the middle for Lawrence High. That was Hayden Reese. Third down and 16. So both teams able to work to the opposing team's side of the field, but both coming up with some long down and distances. See what Free State can do on this 3rd and 16. They have to get up to the Lawrence High about 13-yard line. Edison drops back, throws a screen. It's going to be caught by Preston, running through the middle. Then he's going to be sandwiched about at the 16-yard line. And it's 4th down. Decision time here. Looks like the decision quickly made. It'll be a field goal attempt for Free State. Youssef Ishkandirini, the 6'2 junior, has gone 6 of 10 on field goals this year, 29 of 29 on PATs. He is a left-footed kicker. Kick will be from 33 yards. High snap, good hold. The kick has enough distance. It is through the uprights. And Drini gets the Free State Firebirds on the board first. 3-0. Free State in front. 5:29 to go in the first quarter. We'll take a 30-second break. This is KLWN. Depend on it.
Truity Credit Union is a proud supporter of the Free State Firebirds and all Lawrence Public Schools. We've donated over $61,000 to support our Lawrence schools and teachers. Get your Firebird Spirit debit card today. Each purchase you make with the card raises money for our schools. You swipe, we give. Visit a branch today or online at truitycu.org/spirit card to learn more. Firebirds fight with Truity. Truity Credit Union is federally insured by the NCUA.
Your home for the Jayhawks, Lions, and Firebirds is FM 1017 and 1320 KLWN. Depend on it.
Welcome back, KLWN, KLWN.com. Firebirds on the board first, 3-0 with Craig Hershiser. I'm Derek Johnson. So what did you like from that Firebirds drive, and what did you think of Lawrence High able to stop them, but eventually to 3 points?
Well, I thought Lawrence High really rallied up there for some tackles for loss. Free State's trademark this year has been big plays, just plays with big yardage, which we saw early in the possession, but then Lawrence High made some adjustments and really did a nice job of containing.
Ishkandrini, the kicker, gets it all the way to the goal line. It's fumbled, but actually called a touchback as it crossed the end line there. So Ishkandrini, the back-to-back touchback, he has the lone field goal, and here comes the Lawrence High offense for the second time.
Ishkandrini's got a pretty good leg on him.
Yeah, he does. Well, Kevin Stewart has gone 1-1 in his time as head coach at Free State in the City Showdown. Trying to get to a winning record here tonight. Clint Bowen has Lawrence High running through his blood, a former player. Trying to get a victory over the Firebirds. Of course, Free State wasn't a high school when he played at Lawrence High. Bowen going to give up the middle. Jacobson finds a crease, and he slips through a couple arm tackles, finally thrown to the ground at the 35. Tackle made by the safety, Noah Rupp. 15-yard gain.
I'm impressed by the job that offensive line for Lawrence High is doing. When your safety's making a tackle, that's a problem.
Yeah, both offensive lines have opened up some big holes in the early going of this one. LHS averages about 290 pounds on the offensive line as Bowen out of the pistol, speed option left, covered well, but the pitch, and then it gets through the hands of Jacobson on the turf. Jacobson able to cover out of bounds, but a loss of 5. And it's second down and 15.
Miscues by LHS. Previous series, snap over the head. Now we see an errant pitch. Results in about 5-yard loss.
2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Well, Lawrence High this year has scored 27 points in the first quarter. That's their second lowest quarter. They've had some slow starts this year. They'll give it off to Jacobson running left, and he's going to be angled out of bounds. He tries to stiff arm a defender. Tackle made by Crow Bengoa. Gain of about 3.
Bengoa, nice job there, fighting through that stiff arm and taking the running back out of bounds after a gain of a couple of yards.
It's 3rd down and 12. They're at the 33-yard line. For Free State defensively, they've only given up 23 points in the first quarter, but that is the second most they've allowed of any quarter. Running back in there, Taj Edwards. You'll see Paul Jacobson and Edwards, all running backs for the Lions. Bowen drops back, pressure comes, he throws it. It's caught on a one-handed grab behind the head by Taj Edwards, who works up to the sideline and out at the 50-yard line.
Really smart play by Bowen there. Saw the blitz coming and threw at the blitz where there's an open space on the field. So smart play, good execution, big first down for Lawrence High.
That's just the 3rd catch of the season for Edwards, and one-handed at that, kind of behind him, able to snag it out. So 1st and 10, LHS to the 50. Now they'll give it to Edwards, earning the carry. Runs right, runs into a wall. He'll be pushed down after a gain of 2 or 3. Looks like Jeffries, maybe Tran in on that one. Lots of Firebirds all over it. And it's 2nd down and 8. Firebirds defense giving up 14 points per game. The most points they've allowed is 29. That was in the opener to Olathe West. They do have one shutout this year. LHS offensively averaging over 28 points per game. They've scored a high of 49 this year. They've scored a low of 6 twice, including last week against the number 1 team in the state in Gardner Edgerton. At the wing of the Firebird logo, Edwards goes in motion. Bowen keeps it up the middle. He's bounced to the outside, sidesteps one, and he's going to work out of bounds at his own bench. Walked out by Crow Bengoa. It'll be 3rd down and long. 3rd and about 7 here officially.
Well, a good job by with penetration into the backfield, forcing Bowen a little wider than maybe he wanted to take on his initial route, but there wasn't anybody out on Free State's job setting the edge. Lawrence High set the edge, and that allowed Bowen to get around there for a gain of 2 or 3 yards.
It'll be 2 receivers to the right, 3 to the left. The receiver on the inside to both sides is a running back, and Edwards will come in motion. High snap, grabbed by Bowen, who runs straight up the middle. He's pushed back by Vayono after he picks up a few, and it'll be 4th and short. You thinking they were just trying to cut the sticks for 4th down?
Yeah, I think so. You know, they get any kind of positive yardage, and that really, I mean, with that play, you know the decision was made to go for it on 4th down if they made positive yardage.
It's 4th down and 3 now for the Lions. Really closer to about 2.5. And they're going to go for it. Missed a 4th and a mile earlier. This one much more manageable. Bowen takes the snap, another QB power to the right and up the middle, runs into a wall of his offensive line, then he falls forward as he just slips through for the 1st down.
Oh, you see the contact, and you see how he kept his feet moving and leaning forward. That's what good runners of the football will do. The feet keep moving, and you fall forward. Don't allow yourself to get pushed back. Sometimes it's a matter of pad level and just a little football physics out there.
Up to the 38-yard line. The Firebirds have been stingy on defense. Lawrence able to get into their territory twice already, though. Bowen snap bit left, throws left. It's knocked away. That's incomplete, deflected by Blaine Larkin. Playing the passing lane from the defensive end spot. 2nd and 10. Well, the Lions averaging 322 yards per game, 135 in the air, 187 on the ground. Their season high is 338 passing against Olathe South and 252 rushing against Shawnee Mission North. Haven't been a big turnover team so far, just 5 turnovers offensively, 2 fumbles, 3 picks. Did have a costly interception at the 1-yard line last week against Gardner on their first drive of the game. 2nd and 10. Play action for Bowen. Fires a bullet over the middle, but incomplete through the hands of the jumping Wingard. I'm sure if you asked Bowen, he would say, I threw the ball too high, but I'm sure if you asked Wingard, he would also say, I should have caught it.
I should have brought that in, yeah.
It's 3rd down and 10 for the Lions. Free State 38-yard line. So I'd imagine probably same approach as their last 3rd down, right? Just try to cut this thing down at the very least to make it more manageable on 4th down. Bowen, honorable mention all Sunflower League last year as a sophomore, now a junior, but that was as a safety. And Lawrence High is going to use a timeout. 2:37 to go in the first quarter. We'll take a quick 30-second break with them. Firebirds 3, Lions 0 in the City Showdown on KLWN. Depend on it.
The Kansas Center for Sedation Dentistry in Lawrence welcomes Dr. Essen Iqbal.
Hi, I'm Essen Iqbal. I'm a general dentist, and I joined a few months back. And I'm very excited to see new people and meet new people in Lawrence, Kansas. My favorite thing to do in dentistry is root canals and crowns. That's what I love to do all day, every day. Second best is extract bad teeth and replace them with implants.
The Kansas Center for Sedation Dentistry. Kind, caring, and understanding when you need it most. Online at kansascenterforsedationdentistry.com.
Your home for the Jayhawks, Lions, and Firebirds is FM 1017 and 1320 KLWN. Depend on it.
We got a packed house here at Free State High School between the visiting stands, the home stands. I think the, alternate name here is the Cage for the Firebirds with Craig Hershiser. I'm Derek Johnson. Got a good one on our hands. Lawrence High Free State 3. Lawrence High 0. It is LHS football at the Free State 38-yard line from the right hash.
They need to work on a nickname for this place.
You don't like the Cage?
Yeah, I don't think it commands much respect.
You get your cage rattled. Bowen will send Paul in motion. Fakes the run right now, looking downfield. Now he's scrambling into the pocket. Fires over the middle, off the hands of Paul, incomplete. Jeffries gives him a pop for good measure. It's 4th and 10. Well, we saw him go for a, 4th and 16, 17 around this spot, so I'd imagine they'll definitely go for this.
Oh, I think this is a go for it down.
They've got to get to the 28-yard line. Bowen came into this game completing 52 passes on 116 attempts, so below 50%. He's been a good dual-threat quarterback with 14 total touchdowns to 3 interceptions. Out of the gun, one running back to his right. Bowen fakes. Running back picks up the linebacker blitz. Now Bowen takes off up the middle, trying to run to the right. He's hit about 3 yards short, but slips it and then picks the first down. There is a flag, though, back where the quarterback was throwing the football. And this is going to be a hold on the Lions.
That is a tough break. Bowen is elusive, isn't he?
Very good runner of the football. That's the thing. You can see two really dual-threat quarterbacks. And, we saw a lot of Wesley Edison last year as a junior. He's taken, I think, another step up this year as a senior. But I think there are a lot of things that will remind you, Bowen, of Edison last year when Edison was a junior, just like Bowen is now. Oh, it looks like they marked him out of bounds before he got the first down. So because of that, Free State's going to decline the penalty, and they're just going to have a turnover on downs. They marked him about a foot short. And that'll make it for 1st and 10 Firebirds. We'll have it at their own about 28.5. So they moved quickly last time getting down the field, but then got stalled right around the red zone.
Man, just short of that first down. I think you and I both were of the opinion that he had made it.
Well, I guess our opinion doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter at all. Only to you and me.
Yeah, that's right. So out comes the Firebirds offense. Edison had a big run to kickstart last drive. Here he's going to fake, or actually he's going to give it off up the middle, and falling forward the back, Grant Lincoln picks up about 5. It'll be 2nd and 5.
He's a tough runner. You see he's not all that tall, but he really packs a wallop when he's running the football. He may deliver more contact than he receives, to be honest with you.
Well, Lincoln last year was a tight end / H-back. He was all Sunflower League honorable mention, moves to running back. He's been great this year. Edison, QB power left, falling forward to the 40, 1st and 10 Free State. That'll move the chains. The LHS defense, they run kind of a 3-3-5 type of defense. The down linemen, Connor Nowak, Andrew Nelson, Devin Foster. They'll rotate in Larney Finney, Cam Allen, Cam Clark. It's the rest of the defense after this play. Out of the gun for Edison. 3 receivers right, 1 to the left. Lincoln is the running back to the left hip of Wesley Edison. 1st and 10 at their own 41. Minute and a half to go in the first quarter. Edison takes the snap, gives up the middle to Lincoln, who runs into a wall at the line. Forward progress will give him about a yard. So the rest of that Chesty Lion defense, Jahir Johnson, a junior linebacker, Jaden Harrell, a sophomore linebacker, Josh Galbraith, it's kind of a linebacker safety hybrid. At times it's a 3-3-5, at times a 3-2-6. It's kind of a multiple defense. You'll see Hayden Reese as well. Jacobson and Price are the corners. Speed option right, quick flip to Lincoln, trying to gain the edge, cuts out at the 45, flag comes in, and he falls forward to the 46.
And that's going to be an illegal block.
And it is going to be against the Firebirds, and that'll reverse them. It'll stay at second down. The safeties for the Lions, Ben Marker, a 6'2 junior, Xander Thomas, a 5'11 senior, and Noah Richardson, a 5'11 junior. You also see Mekhi Hernandez, a 6'1 senior, kind of as a safety corner hybrid. And Hernandez out there right now as one of the corners.
You mentioned the secondary for Lawrence High, and we really haven't seen Free State test that deep secondary yet. They've had a lot of success over the season with those seam routes.
And now a timeout. And we'll take a quick 30 seconds with them. 43 seconds to go in the quarter. Firebirds 3, Lions 0 on KLWN. Depend on it.
It's nerve-wracking when your child starts driving. After all, you always hear about those high accident numbers for teens. You want to put your focus into making sure your child is safe and okay. And the last thing you want to deal with is a pesky insurance claim. The law office of Sally Kelsey and Lawrence will put you at ease. Sally Kelsey offers free consultations and has helped people with accidents for over 30 years. Let her help you navigate your claim and seek a fair settlement. That's Sally Kelsey, K-E-L-S-E-Y.
Your home for the Jayhawks, Lions, and Firebirds is FM 1017 and 1320 KLWN. Depend on it.
43 seconds remain in the first quarter with Craig Hershiser. I'm Derek Johnson at Free State High School. City showdown between Lawrence High and Free State. Firebirds getting the best of it right now, leading 3-0 with the ball. It is second down and 19, though. They have it at their own 32, and they've got to get to the 49 just on Lawrence High's side of the field. Coming in motion, one of the receivers, Hamilton, stutters, then a fake up the middle. Edison keeps it left, finds a crease to the 40, and then he stumbles as he's trying to cut into the middle. He does get up to about the 45, and it'll be third and much more manageable.
Boy, second time we've seen one of the quarterbacks brought down by the turf. There were more yards to be had there.
Edison wearing those pink shoes. Did you have too much flash in the shoes? Did you need to throw some more basic kicks? Was that the problem there?
I don't know if I'd blame the shoes. Maybe just pick up our feet a little bit more.
3rd and 6. Edison takes the snap. Pressure comes around the outside, and he's going to get knocked down, a sack. The original pressure came from Josh Galbraith, but I think in the end it was Connor Nowak and Devin Foster. And the Firebirds will have to punt.
Well, I bragged up the Free State offensive line during pregame, and they've been kind of inconsistent here. And, of course, their inconsistency is due to the fact that Lawrence High's front seven is playing extremely well.
And so that'll do it for the first quarter. Oh, wait, no, we're actually going to get a timeout by the Firebirds with 1 second left in the quarter. I guess this must be a play by Kevin Stewart with the wind, that he wants to punt the ball away with the wind at his back. And so they'll have 1 timeout left. Lawrence has 2, so might be a heady play for Kevin Stewart if this turns out to be a good punt and pin Lawrence High back. This will be the final play of the quarter, barring some sort of penalty. Xander Thomas back to return it. Thomas has been really good with the ball in his open hands, more so off of interceptions this year. He's got his heels back into the about 24.5-yard line. Punting Yusef Ishkandrini, the junior. And Ishkandrini able to get it away. Thomas will watch it hit at the 21, grabs it off a hop at the 15, runs left, slips by 1, and goes out of bounds just shy of the 25. So that will do it for the first quarter. Free State 3, Lawrence High 0. With Craig Hershiser, I'm Derek Johnson. You're listening or watching us on KLWN or KLWN.com. We'll be back for quarter 2. Depend on it.
Kurt Gieser State Farm Agency understands the importance of being a member in the Lawrence community and supporting local. They also understand the importance of supporting you in Lawrence, whether it's through the peace of mind you get with insurance, or helping you with any financial questions or needs. Just like this high school broadcast, Kurt Gieser State Farm Agency will tackle any issues you need covered. Give Kurt and his team a call at 785-843-0003 or visit them online at www.kurtinsures.com.
Your home for the Jayhawks, Lions, and Firebirds is FM 1017 and 1320 KLWN. Depend on it.
Firebirds 3, Lions 0 as we get ready for quarter number 2 here in the City Showdown. Just the field goal for Ishkandrini for Free State getting it on the board in the first. Firebirds came into this one 6-0 on the year. LHS at 4-2, both out of the West in 6A. And with Craig Hershiser, I'm Derek Johnson. So LHS will have the football here after the punt return. Right now, Free State, though, honoring, is it a staff member, former staff member at the field?
Randy Weisman was a long-time educator in the USD 497. He was a teacher, an assistant principal, an assistant superintendent, and finally superintendent. And he was really a big force in getting these athletic facilities built for both schools. So committee got together, decided that it was maybe beyond time to honor Randy, who passed away not just about a year ago. And that's what this ceremony is about tonight. I believe there's going to be a plaque at both stadiums, here at Free State and also at Lawrence High, just commemorating Randy and his work over his career and his work getting these athletic facilities built.
So awesome stuff there, and smiling down, watching City Showdown action here on your Friday night. Well, we are here at the Trudy Credit Union broadcast booth. You can get your Spirit card today for either Lawrence High or Free State. Visit a branch or trudycu.org/Spirit card to learn more. Lawrence High, 1st and 10 from their own 25. They'll be at the left hash. It'll be a give to Jacobson, running right. Flag comes in, and he'll go down to about the 29-yard line. But we'll see what the flag is.
Well, there's several flags. So in that area where it typically means some kind of a hold.
This will move LHS back. Well, Free State won last year's meeting. That was over at Lawrence High School, as this will back them up 10 yards. They won that one 28-26. The Lions had a late comeback in the fourth quarter, but failed to convert a 2-point play. That led to Free State coming out on top. Mentioned Free State 16-10 all time against the Lions. LHS had won 2 straight prior to last year. And interestingly enough, Lawrence High's never won more than 2 consecutive in the series. Free State's won 4 straight on 2 occasions. I think I said earlier, Kevin Stewart 1-1. He's 2-2. Quick throw right goes to Jackson Becker, and Becker will get the yards back from the holding call. And it'll be about 2nd and 10. Becker had one of his best games of the year last week. He had 3 catches for 60 yards. That was his 11th catch of the season right there. It's 2nd and 10 on the 10-yard pickup. Bowen looking to find a rhythm. It'll be a speed option left. He'll pitch it left over to Edwards, who is going to be wrapped up. Good, secure open field tackle. Only a gain of about 2. I think that was Tyler Jeffrey, actually maybe Ethan Prescott on the tackle. So it is Prescott, the sophomore.
Good initial tackle out there on the edge, and then good pursuit, getting a couple other Free State helmets to the football.
3rd down and 8. So far, both defenses have done well on key downs. 3rd and 8 here. Bowen going to flush out to the right on the rollout. Looking downfield, chucks it downfield, overthrown. Looking for Mason Mosman. On coverage, was nowhere up. 4th down and 8. And here comes the punting unit again. This is what you're kind of used to in a rivalry game. You have maybe lower scoring, 2 teams maybe playing a little tight. Defense is coming through with some key stops and key moments.
Well, and you You're right. Not too many chances early on. Kind of figure out what you can do.
LaForte just gets the punt away. It's going to be fielded by the Firebirds at about the 36-yard line, and breaking some tackles up across midfield. There's a good return by Noah Simpson. And the Firebirds will have the football with their best starting field position of the day. They'll be in LHS territory. Here comes the offense again. Firebirds average 386 per game, 161 in the air, 225 on the ground.
At this spot on the field, your playbook opens up a little bit more, Derek, so we'll see if Kevin Stewart's got something a little different.
Give to Grant Lincoln up the middle, hit behind the line, then spins away from it and dives forward for a gain of about 3. Josh Galbraith on the tackle. Those are the hidden yards that you only see. I guess actually a 2-yard gain there, but that could have been about a 3 or 4 yard difference had Lincoln not broke that tackle. 2nd down and 8. It'll be a quick pitch left to Lincoln up to the 45, cuts in, then gets out at the 45 or the 40, and he's tripped up by the legs. Good tackle made by LHS with Jalen Parks, but a first down for Lawrence High, or for Free State, excuse me.
Nice cut early in the run. Lawrence High defense doesn't pursue quickly enough. Lincoln, tough run up the field, getting that first down.
And now a stoppage from the official. Maybe just a clock issue. So it's 1st and 10 for Free State. They're at the LHS 37-yard line. Lincoln stays in at the running back. Edison going to give to the tailback, and Lincoln trucks over a defender up to about the 33. Nowak and Richardson on the tackle.
So 3 straight plays with Grant Lincoln, and that could well be because Lawrence High is running some kind of a defensive spy maybe on Edison.
2nd and 6. Fake to Lincoln. Quick throw to the right side is low and incomplete. They were trying to get it to Landon Leipold. And it'll be 3rd down and 6. You wonder if the winds took that one a little. Edison had to kind of change his arm angle with the defender around him. It's 3rd down and 6. Edison going to roll out to the right. Flag comes out, and they're going to whistle it dead. False start. 9:38 to go in the second quarter. This will make it 3rd down and 11. LHS giving up 24 points per game this year, 287 per game, 214 on the ground, so they've been a bit susceptible there. They're only giving up 73 passing yards per game. Part of that is who they've played. They've played a couple flexbone teams. Dropping back is Edison at the 45, looking over the middle. Good pocket. Now he rolls out to the right. Now pressure comes from Foster. Throws off his back foot, and it's short, incomplete. Looking to get it to Devin Hamilton. Makes it 4th and 11.
Well, before they snap the ball, I'm thinking, okay, 2 downs to make 11 yards. And, I think it's still pretty much the case, but now it's 1 down to make 11, and certainly not as favorable as if they'd picked up 5 or 6 yards on that previous play.
They do have the offense out there. Edison with Lincoln to his left, takes the snap. Looks like he wasn't ready for it. Now he tries to run, and he is smothered. Connor Nowak had initial contact, and it looks like it was Foster and Richardson to help finish him off, and Lawrence High will take over. That kind of looked odd the whole way through.
It did, and Coach Kevin Stewart is, and this is hard to do, he's beside himself.
Yeah, it almost looked like the snap came when he wasn't expecting it.
Yeah. Man, a definite
certainly odd
miscommunication there.
Well, 9:26 to go in the half. Free State 3, Lawrence High 0. And the Chesty Lions will look to get on the board for the first time today as they bring out their offense. It'll be a 5-wide set. Edwards comes back in motion to be a running back, though, and he gets the call straight up the middle. Good move to get by a couple. Then he's knocked down by Bengoa. There is a flag at the line of scrimmage, though.
Came in late.
And it's going to be on Lawrence. So kind of sloppy play early on here. A lot of penalties.
Yeah. Yeah, but you call it a nice move in the backfield to avoid that first oncoming tackler. we've got a hold here against Lawrence High, so this moves them back 10 yards from the spot of the foul.
So they officially have it at 1st and 17 at the 30. They've got to get to their own 47. Bowen, the quarterback here, son of his head coach, Clint Bowen. He's going to roll out to the left, backside pressure behind him, but he gets away, throws downfield. Open was the receiver, but incomplete on the corner route to Mason Mosman. As a tough throw, throwing downfield, opposite side of his body.
And he had to get it over the linebacker level and then drop it in to his receiver's hands. So all in all, a pretty challenging pass. It would have been an impressive play had it been complete.
And that makes 2nd and 17 here. Well, that's been a thing for Lawrence High this year. They've completed less than 50% of their passes. And they've been a really good running team, but sometimes they have tried to continue to work on the passing game for kind of the long-term health of the offense. They're down to 4 on the play clock, by the way, down to 2 now, 1, and that is the second time in this game that they nearly have a delay game or have to use a timeout. So they had the delay game earlier, now they have to use it, and we'll take a break with them. They'll have 1 timeout left. Firebirds lead 3-0 on KLWN. Depend on it.
There are a lot of Mexican restaurants that claim to be authentic or think their food tastes that way, but nothing compares to Mama's Tamale Shop. Enjoy artistically prepared tamales, empanadas, and street tacos with your choice of meats and salsas that are prepared fresh to order. Not sure what to order? Mama's will always give you a sample. Relax and enjoy great food and try one of the fresh waters or jarritos on the patio. Authentic Mexican food. Come hungry, leave satisfied. Mama's Tamale Shop, 9th and Louisiana.
Your home for the Jayhawks, Lions, and Firebirds is FM 1017 and 1320 KLWN. Depend on it.
Home team in front by a field goal. 9:05 to go in the first half. Craig Hershiser, I'm Derek Johnson. You can listen to us on FM 1017, AM 1320, KLWN.com, KLWN app, or you can watch and listen to us on our video stream at KLWN.com. If you got a smart TV, you can pull it up. Great Plains Media with the video feed. Make sure to check that one out, not the 810 varsity one. Make sure you're checking out us. 2 receivers left, 1 to the right for Lawrence High, 9:05 to go. Clint Bowen, his son Banks Bowen, the quarterback, out of the timeout, tries to throw. He's wrapped up. Down he goes, the sack by the Firebirds defense. They've already had a couple of those. And then a flag comes out. Vayono had the sack. I wonder if he said something to him after the play. One of the Firebirds players is clapping, though. I wonder if it was the other way around. So the sack brings him back to the 32.
And Lawrence High is moving back.
Yeah, I wonder if one of the Lions players said something.
Long discussion there.
Yeah, very long discussion. I wonder if the officials are wondering if they're going to just give offsetting against both. They're trying to see if they saw anything. It's going to be unsportsmanlike conduct on Lawrence High. So that changes it from already 3rd and 20 to 3rd and, well, we'll see if this goes half the distance to the goal or if it's actually 15. It'll put them to the 13-yard line. This is going to be 3rd down and over a quarter of the field. 3rd and 34, Craig.
Well,
what do you got in your playbook here?
That's not a country mile, but it's getting close to that distance. And I don't know that there's a play for 3rd and 34.
I guess just get what you can and try to help with the punt. They do have the wind at their back now for a possible punt. I guess that could help you with a deep ball throw, though, too.
Yep.
3rd and 34 for Bowen in the offense. He'll drop back. 3-man rush for the Firebirds. It collapses, and he's going to go down. Tristan Tran. I don't know if it'll count as a sack. It looks like he's right at the line of scrimmage, but either way, Tran with the great play to spin him down.
What a great effort by Tran. He just kept working and working, fighting through that block, and then finally, once Bowen tried to adjust his stance a little bit, Tran was there to take him down.
Of course, Tristan in the line of Tran family. We had Preston on the team a year ago with solid defensive linemen as well. 4th and 34, LaForte will punt it away. and takes it to the right, gets off a good one end over end. It'll hit at the 45, take a roll. It is fielded by Simpson at the 35, breaks by 2 after nearly dropping it, then cuts to the 45 and across midfield. And Free State will have similar field position to what they had last drive. 7:57 to go in the half. Free State leads 3-0 with the football.
Boy, and everybody watching that punt return, when he started to field the punt, everybody just got real nervous there for a second or two.
And those bouncers, especially when you got guys by you.
Yeah.
Almost looked like he bobbled it for a second. Now comes the Firebirds offense. Edison averaging 9 yards a pass. He's averaging 280 total yards per game. He stands at the tip of the Firebird wing, just around midfield. Give up the middle goes to Lincoln, who powers his way through to the right up to about the 41-yard line. And it's 2nd down and 4. Lincoln, all Sunflower League, honorable mention last year, mentioned as a H-back and tight end. He has missed 2 games this year, but in the 4 games he's played, he's averaging 92 rushing yards per game and over 100 total yards per game. Gets the call up the middle again, bounces out to the right, up to the 35, and he's knocked down inside the 30 by Xander Thomas.
Good instincts there by Lincoln, and it's starting to look like somebody besides Wesley Edison is going to have to carry this team for a little while.
He's up to the 28 officially. 1st and 10 from the right hash. Edison with Lincoln to his left. They fake it. Edison keeps left. There's a big hole to the 25 up to the 20, and he shimmies his way down into the red zone for another 1st down.
Nice read there, with the fake to Lincoln. He sees the defense shift that way, cuts it back the other direction.
There is a flag, though.
And there is a flag.
Back at the line of scrimmage. Man, we've seen lots of holding calls today between both teams.
Well, flags at the line of scrimmage seldom end well for the offensive team.
And this will move him back to the 38. Feels like we've seen 4 or 5 holdings.
Yep.
I think it's been pretty split between the 2 that have gotten them. So under 7 minutes left in the second quarter. Free State up 3. They're backed up to the 38-yard line, 1st and 10, or 1st and 17. Coming in motion is going to be Leipold. And actually, no, it's behind Braylon Preston on the pitch. And the Lions pick it up. Connor Nowak. A mistake by the Firebirds, and the Lions have the first turnover of the game. Connor Nowak with the fumble recovery.
That pitch a little bit behind. I believe it was Preston, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was Preston.
And he was unable to handle it. I thought it looked a little too casual. And they're paying the price for that now. Boy, big turnover. That can be a shift in momentum. Good field position for the Lions, and they're going to take over and try to do something with it.
Kevin Stewart hot on the sideline. 48-yard line is where LHS will take over at their own end. Bowen will be out of the pistol. High snap, going to give off to Jacobson running left. Hurdles a man, gets to the 45, cuts up to the 40, and he's twisted out of bounds at about the 35-yard line. So Jacobson, who last week had 4 carries for 26 yards, he's had over 50 rushing yards twice this year. They do mark him out of bounds at about the 38, but it's still a 1st down. Jacobson will stay in there. Lions move the chains, and a whistle. It's going to be a timeout, Free State. That'll be their final one of the half. 6:35 in the second quarter. We'll take a break with them. Free State 3, Lawrence High 0 on KLWN. Depend on it.
And just like that, it all comes down to this. 4th and goal. Matt, take yourself inside the huddle. What play are you calling?
I'm saying, let's go to 23rd Street Brewery.
Right now?
Yeah.
It's the biggest play of the game.
No better time than that. There's no better spot to watch football than 23rd Street Brewery. We've got the Lions, the Firebirds, of course the Jayhawks, and all the NFL action.
Well, we better get out of here fast to catch the ending of the game. Dibs on the Haney turkey stack.
That's the 23rd Street Brewery, corner of Clinton Parkway and Castle.
Your home for the Jayhawks, Lions, and Firebirds is FM 1017 and 1320 KLWN. Depend on it.
6:35, second quarter, Free State 3, Lawrence High 0 with Craig Hirschheiser. I'm Derek Johnson on KLWN and KLWN.com. Lawrence High getting a 1st down on a 20-yard run. I guess a little less than that. 14, 15 yards from Tony Jacobson. So they have a 1st and 10 to the Firebirds 38, where they take over out of this timeout. It'll be a give up the middle left. Jacobson again will bounce it out to the outside, finds another hole and trucks over defender as he's turned over right toward the sticks. Be close for a 1st down. I think they'll mark him about a yard short. But Jacobson running well and running on that left side. Again, that's Bailey Johnson over there, the sophomore taking over for Will Hendricks, the senior All-Sunflower League left tackle. Johnson, though, 6', 318, is just a sophomore. And they've also got Alvarado there over the left side. 2nd down and 1. High snap for Bowen. He'll keep it himself running right, and he'll work forward for the 1st down. A quick hit was applied by Parker Moore, but he fell forward to the 26, and they'll move the chains. Past the halfway point of the 2nd quarter. LHS looking to get into the red zone for the first time. They've been on the outskirt of it once earlier, just as they are now.
Boy, the Lions feeding on that momentum generated by the recovered fumble.
Looks like one of the new corners is in the game for the Firebirds on the outside as a flag comes in with Bowen running a QB power up the middle and works for a solid gain of about 6, but we'll see what those flags were.
Both those flags were just immediate.
And I believe it's Amari Laney, the new corner, comes in there. It's going to be a legal formation on the Lions. They'll back him up 5 yards. Actually, a legal shift. So 1st down and 15. That'll put them to the Free State 32. We've seen Lawrence get onto the Free State side of the field a couple times, but a couple big 4th down stops by the Firebirds defense so far.
Yeah, it's been kind of a mixed bag, really, because we've seen Lawrence High overcome these long down and distance situations as well. So kind of a tug of war out there between the two teams.
1st and 15, left hash. Bowen gonna keep it himself, running left on the read option. Gets the original 5 back and more inside the 20 before he's finally tumbled down, and it'll be 2nd and short. Looks like Ethan Prescott in on the tackle at the back level for one of the safeties. It's up to the 19-yard line. And 2nd and short as the Lions enter the red zone for the first time. They had troubles in the red zone last week. They had 3 drives that got inside the 15 against Gardner that resulted in 0 points. A couple 4th down stops. They had an interception at the 1-yard line. And we're going to get a timeout. This is going to be Lawrence High. It'll be their final timeout of the half. So both teams have exhausted them. 4:18 to go. We'll take a 30-second break with them. Free State 3, Lawrence High 0. This is KLWN. Depend on it.
Fall back in love with your carpets again. Rainbow Restoration, your locally owned and trusted home restoration company for over 20 years, has a limited time offer to make your home ready for the holidays. With Rainbow's advanced carpet cleaning equipment and attention to detail, they will transform the look and feel of your home and improve indoor quality. 2 rooms for $109. This great offer doesn't last long. Must book by Friday the 13th. Call 785-371-2400 or text 785-328-4644 to schedule today.
Your home for the Jayhawks, Lions, and Firebirds is FM 1017 and 1320 KLWN. Depend on it.
2nd and short for the Lions, trailing 3-0 to the Firebirds in the City Showdown. With Greg Hershiser, I'm Derek Johnson on KLWN. Watch our video feed as well at klwn.com and support your local radio station. Firebirds defense has held strong so far, but Lawrence High on the cusp. LHS has scored 56 points in the 2nd quarter, by the way. That's more than any other quarter. Firebirds have given up 26. That's the most they've given up in any quarter. 2nd down and 2. It'll be a give up the middle. Jacobson now running right. Finds the 1st down and more. Burst through. Touchdown, Lawrence Lions. Tony Jacobson almost untouched. In fact, he might have been just cutting through the defense. And a 19-yard rushing score for Jacobson, his 2nd touchdown of the year.
Well, nicely blocked by the Lions' offensive line, and Jacobson. Yeah, I think it's close enough to say he was untouched, Derek. Nice cut at the line of scrimmage, then he gets to the 2nd level.
And the kick for LaForte is good. It's 7-3. Lawrence High with their first lead of the game. It comes with 4:12 to go. Here in quarter number 2, we'll take a 30-second break with the Lions in front 7-3 on the Firebirds on KLWN. Depend on it.
For the Kansas Center for Sedation Dentistry, here is Dr. Heck.
I'm just really excited about what's going on at the Kansas Center for Sedation Dentistry. I am overseeing everything and helping with the IV sedation. We're doing almost everything now in-house, meaning we're using digital process, 3D scanners, and 3D printers. It gives us lots of advantages to make sure that we come out with the best outcome for the patients.
The Kansas Center for Sedation Dentistry. Kind, caring, and understanding when you need it most. Online at kansascenterforsedationdentistry.com.
Your home for the Jayhawks, Lions, and Firebirds is FM 1017 and 1320 KLWN. Depend on it.
4:12 remains in quarter number 2. Firebirds now trail for the first time 7-3 off the error that came on the fumbled pitch. Real quick before we get into the kick return and back to action, we're going to pause 10 seconds for station identification.
1320 KLWN Lawrence and FM 1017 K269 GP Lawrence. Depend on it.
With Craig Hershiser, I'm Derek Johnson on KLWN. And, you know, Craig, I think Free State had a couple drives that started at the Lawrence High 48, but didn't end up with points on either drive. That'll come back to haunt you.
Yes, it does. You got to take advantage of those opportunities, especially in a game like this against a quality opponent. If you don't, like you said, it comes back and it bites you. And right now, the Lions took a big bite out of Free State.
LaForte will squib kick one, bouncing up to the 20, finally fielded by the Lions. This is Hamilton trying to go all the way from right to left, and he's going to lose a bunch of yards on the return as Xander Thomas brings him down at the 10-yard line. They might have lost about 10 yards on the kick return.
It is so tempting to think that if you give ground, you have enough speed to get outside and turn the corner, but more often than not, that just does not work.
There's a flag, so if this is a hold, it's going to go even further back.
Oh, boy.
4:07 to go. So what have you seen from the Lions? What did they show on that last drive that got them in front now?
Well, I think they were, definitely picked up quite a bit by the turnover, so they had a lot of momentum. They felt pretty confident. And the blocking at the line of scrimmage at the point of attack was really excellent. They owned the line of scrimmage on that drive.
And by the way, the penalty was declined. I think they were going to mark it back from the 25, so this ends up being worse field position for Free State, which is why LHS declined it. So all the way back at their own 10-yard line, Edison out of the shotgun. He's going to fake to Lincoln, keep it up the middle. He's hit behind the line, and by the time he falls forward, he'll get to the line, maybe a couple feet.
Free State going with a very safe play there. 3 wideouts to the left side of the formation, the near sideline for us, hoping to pull the defensive secondary over that way, and then Edison on a quarterback keep, which has worked extremely well all season, but there's a lot of tape on Free State right now.
3 receivers left, 1 to the right. Edison fakes, now rolls out to the left, looking to throw the ball. Now he's just going to keep it himself. He'll be hit once, but gets by and then shoved out of bounds at the 18. It's going to be 3rd down and short. With 3:30 to go in the second.
So pretty close to first down yardage for Free State. Okay, with 3:30 left in the half, this is a pretty big snap right here.
Yes, it is. Edison on the air completing 61% of his passes. He's averaging over 7 yards per carry. Just picked up about 7 or 8 there. It'll be a give to Lincoln up the middle. First down and more.
Whoa,
Nobody's touched him. He's up to the 40, the 50, chased by Jacobson, and he's knocked down just inside the Lions' 30-yard line. Grant Lincoln shot out of a cannon. First down, Firebirds.
Boy, oh boy, quick hit right up inside the tackle. Nice blocking up there at the point of attack, and nobody at the second level to stop Lincoln.
It's officially up to the 27-yard line, 3:14 to go in the quarter. And taking it left, Edison QB sweep, slips by 1 and angles out at about the 24-yard line.
You know, on that last play, you got to believe that the defense was keyed on Edison. He's been the go-to guy all season. And perhaps they just overcommitted to the quarterback, and Lincoln took huge advantage of that.
Well, right now, too, you have to think about maybe the time if you're the Firebirds. You don't want Lawrence to have too much time getting the ball back. They'll give it up the middle to Lincoln. Sidesteps Xander Thomas holding his ankle to prevent him from going much further. He gets to about the 21-yard line. It's going to be 3rd down and short, so another big 3rd down.
Well, that's a thought, Derek, but I guarantee you if anybody in a black jersey is in position to score a touchdown, they're not going to worry about the clock.
Oh, I'm not trying to say fall down at the 1. I'm just wondering if you let it bleed a little more. But they will snap with 23 on the play clock. Edison going to run right, picks up the 1st down, slips through a couple to the 5, dives down to the 2.5. 1st and goal, Free State.
I got a little nervous. I thought he was carrying that ball just a little bit loose down there inside the 5, but he tucked it right at the end to secure it as he went to the turf.
2.5 to go. But see, don't you think you'd be running the clock here?
Your point is well made here. 2:20 and
they'll snap it quickly. They give it up the middle to Lincoln, who dives to the end zone just short.
But then on the other hand, the Firebirds have had, I think, difficulty maintaining momentum on offense, so maybe Coach Stewart is just thinking, let's get it while we can.
Well, you've had a great defense, so that you have trust in that as well. We're going to cross under 2 minutes to go before this next snap. 2nd and goal from the 1-yard line. Edison out of the gun. Lincoln now moves up in front of him. And it'll be Edison taking the QB power. He's hit behind the line of scrimmage. That's Hayden Reese. Well, it's Halloween. Reese is the best candy. Reese with a big tackle. And it's 3rd down and goal from the 4. Peanut butter and chocolate on that one.
Well, that's a combination that's hard to beat, but oh boy, what's this?
3rd and goal from the 4. Edison, QB sweep out to the left side, gains the edge, and he's knocked into the end zone. Touchdown, Firebirds. Edison with the 5-yard scamper. And Free State, what a response. 90 yards down the field with 1:24 in the second.
They shifted 2 guys to the left side, brought the strength of the formation with them, and that's the side that Edison ran to.
And there is a player down for Free State. I think it's one of the offensive linemen. Don't try to get you that player. There is 1:24 left in the second quarter. A quick response. That was a drive that took 2 on a 3rd down and goal from the about 4-yard line, in which Wesley Edison had the rushing touchdown. Again, still trying to get a number to ID here as Kevin Stewart and the training staff is out there for the Firebirds. So for Edison, it's his 26th touchdown of the year. And I think this is Alex Risley. Alex Risley, who is the starting right tackle. The 6'3", 260-pound junior, if that is him. No, actually, that's going to be Hiram Kahungura. A 6', 240 junior. But good news that he kind of came off on his own power in the end. So here comes a PAT for Ishkandrini. The junior able to poke it through. And the Firebirds expand their lead to 10-7. Firebirds reclaim the lead. We'll keep it right here. Free State 10, Lawrence High 7. How impressive of a drive was that going back to the big 3rd and 2 they converted, starting at their own 10-yard line?
Well, of course, the great run by Lincoln, that burst. I don't know what Coach Stewart's mindset was when they took over on the 10, if it was, if nothing else, let's just end the half with the ball in our hands. But obviously with that burst by Lincoln and the good blocking up front, that changed the entire dynamic and really set them up for for the touchdown. And I do think that I think he was kind of playing towards the momentum. The smart play would be to bleed the play clock down like you were talking about, no doubt. But it just seemed like he was deciding, we've got momentum, let's keep this pace going and get it into the end zone.
Yeah, and especially when you do have a defense you can trust. And obviously LHS is out of timeouts, so that can be helpful here too. Looks like Free State's going to watermelon kick this, which is basically when you put the football kind of sideways so that the length of it is horizontal.
I did not know that was the term.
I've heard it called that way when I played football, at least.
Watermelon kick.
Yeah, so it basically leads to a squib kick. That's the placement of the ball. Actually, they're going to kick this deep, so I don't know. Maybe that's just how he likes kicking it. It's going to hit off Jacobson in the 2, gets into the end zone. It counts as a touchback.
The kick return game for Lawrence High has been none too secure.
Been an adventure. Honestly, both teams. We had the previous one for Free State.
Yeah.
Minute 22 for Lawrence. The long kick for LaForte this year is 27 yards. They'd have to go quite a ways. He does have a little bit more distance than that. But they are out of timeouts. They scored a touchdown on their last drive. It was Tony Jacobson doing a lot of the work on the ground. This drive will start with Taj Edwards. Paul came in with 56 carries, Edwards with 37, Jacobson with 23, but we haven't seen a ton of Paul today. It'll be give up the middle to Edwards, running right, then he cuts in across the 25, tackled down by Oshner, and the clock will run. It'll be second and about 4.
So he cuts up into the pursuit, but the key is the Lawrence High offensive line is moving that line of scrimmage, so even as he cuts into the pursuit, he's still gaining yards.
Bowen going to give left, Edwards trying to burst up, and he'll be knocked down. That's Ben Goa on the tackle. He does have enough for the first. So the clock is going to stop till they move the chains. At least I think they got the first.
Not quite. Nope.
They are going to move it.
You called it. You
kind
called
of a
it.
late movement. So 1st and 10. And another give up the middle. This time Jacobson runs into a wall, spins around. He'll pick up about 3 or 4, falling forward. Oshner again in on it. I think Tristan Tran helped.
Looks like Lawrence High is content to play pretty conservatively.
Are you surprised by that at all?
A little bit, but, I think a lot of it has to do with if they can break a big one, then that might change some of their play calling. Here's a pass.
Under 30 seconds, looking to go down to the left. Bowen, good catch on the deep out route. This is Gabe Wingard, and he's able to work out of bounds at the 42. Or did they call him out? The way they're moving, they did call him inbounds, so the clock's starting on the first down. It's down to 20 seconds to go. 1st and 10 Lions from their own 41, but they're in no haste. This is kind of surprising. I don't think Lawrence High knows that they didn't call him out of bounds. We're down to 10 seconds.
Yeah, the clock has stopped.
Well, now the clock's stopped. So I think maybe some miscommunication with the officials. I think one of the refs thinks that it's stopped and one of them thinks that it's supposed to be going. So they're going to talk things over amongst each other and give us a solution of what's supposed to happen here. LHS thinks they were out of bounds. Free State saying that he was in bounds. It'll be a 1st and 10 either way from their own 41. And they are going to start the clock. Or at least reset the play clock, I guess. All right, so they're going to reset the clock to 15 seconds.
Well, there's certainly some consternation at the other end of this media booth.
But now they start the clock. So they did call. Okay, so this seems very confusing. I think we're all confused. And Clint Bowen coming out on the field telling the ref we think it should be stopped, but he's also thinking there should be more time on the clock, I think. Yeah, it looked like it was 22 seconds when they called him out over there, or whether they said he was down or not. But again, it's the conversation. I don't know if they marked him out of bounds or not. Either way, though, Lawrence High didn't really approach this aggressively running the clock. They could have, more time. They obviously had to use timeouts, some of them to avoid delay of games.
You see that Free State secondary playing very deep. They're going 3 across at about the 35.
So now they do run the clock. It's running down to 10 seconds, down to 9 when Bowen snaps, gives it up the middle to Edwards against the prevent defense across the 50. He just has enough for the first down to the 48 with 4 seconds. Lawrence High's got to hurry. The clock will start when the chains reset. And the official starts it with 3 seconds. Bowen gets the snap off with 2. It'll be another run up the middle for Edwards and only a gain of about 3 yards. He's spun to the ground. And making the final tackle of the half, Tristan Tran for the Firebirds, who had an excellent first half. Surprised at all, no Hail Mary.
Yeah, I agree. You'd think they'd take a shot.
All right, well, that'll do it for the first half. Free State 10, Lawrence High 7. We got a close one here at the City Showdown. We're going to get to our halftime report, brought to you by 23rd Street Brewery, open daily. Try all the great food. Come in to watch any of the games. And Craig's going to do a great interview with the great high school volleyball coach here at Free State with Jamie Savage. So that coming up after this quick break in the action. You're listening to the City Showdown on KLWN. Depend on it.
Lawrence, Kansas is steeped in history and a diverse range of attractions. At the heart of it all is the Eldridge Hotel, built by our ancestors to be a place of rest. The Eldridge Hotel in downtown Lawrence continues to be an elegant, cozy home away from home, holding the best of amenities, elegant rooms, paired with an exquisite in-house restaurant with notable martini nights. See for yourself, eldridgehotel.com, and make your reservation at the elegant, historic Eldridge Hotel, named the best hotel in Kansas by Travel and Leisure.
This is David Lawrence. I spent a day with Darren Lutz, president of Alpha Roofing. I was so impressed by the pride Darren has in his company, from how he treats his employees right down to the attention to detail on each and every job. Whether it's a small house or a large commercial building, Darren and his experienced staff will be sure to get it done right. And that's why Alpha Roofing has been voted best in Lawrence 8 straight years. And it's also the reason I use them to roof my personal home. Alpha Roofing is hands down my first choice in roofing.
Sigler Pharmacy strives to make each customer's pharmacy experience as smooth and simple as possible. Sigler believes that being a local pharmacy means providing healthcare services to its patients that are customized to meet their needs. Sigler can help manage medication refills for hypothyroidism, high blood pressure, diabetes, and more. They will even pre-pack your monthly med box and deliver it straight to your door. Let their knowledgeable pharmacist at Sigler Pharmacy help manage your medications and questions. Sigler Pharmacy cares. Call today.
Your home for the Jayhawks, Lions, and Firebirds is FM 1017 and 1320 KLWN. Depend on it.
Here at the Trudy Credit Union broadcast booth with Craig Hershiser, I'm Derek Johnson. Our halftime report brought to you by 23rd Street Brewery. We'll have that interview with volleyball coach at Free State, Jamie Savage, coming up in a moment here. First, your recap of how we are where we are, which is Free State 10, Lawrence High 7 at the halftime break. It was the Firebirds going down and getting a 33-yard field goal by Youssef Ishkandrini. That got them on the board with 5:29 to go in the first quarter. They took a 3-0 lead. And that was after they stopped Lawrence High deep in their own territory. Lawrence High received the opening kick, so Free State will get the ball first to start the second half. Second quarter, with 4:12 to go, a 19-yard rushing touchdown by Tony Jacobson gave Lawrence High the 7-3 lead. Then, with 1:24 in the half, a 5-yard rushing touchdown by Wesley Edison. A couple big third downs converted, I think 3 of them on the drive for the Firebirds, with Edison eventually giving the Firebirds a 10-7 lead at the break. So certainly a lower scoring defensive battle so far. Both teams have bent a couple times but not broken. What's been your biggest takeaway in the first half, Greg?
Well, to me, it's been, with the exception of the long run by Lincoln, we've not seen a lot of big plays from Free State, and that has been their calling card all season. For Lawrence High, the Lions have done a nice job, I think, of keeping the Firebird offense kind of bottled up. You know, we haven't seen any of those big chunk plays, especially in the passing game. The receivers, the wide receivers for Free State have pretty much been taken out of the game, and they've been very important throughout the season. So it's, I think, a great job by the Lion defense, and I'm going to say an especially equally great job by the Firebird defense, 10-7.
All right, well, Craig, why don't you introduce our guest here with Jamie Savage.
Yeah, that's right. Our special guest tonight is Jamie Savage, head volleyball coach at Free State High School. And a lot of you probably will recognize her name. But welcome, Jamie. Thanks for joining us tonight at halftime of the City Showdown.
Thanks, Craig. Glad to be here.
And so your thoughts on the first half?
Well, it's definitely been a battle. It's been really fun to witness. There's nothing like a solid, gritty competition. It's really just going to come down to execution and just discipline in the second half. A lot of clock left. Listen
to the coach talk. Execution and discipline. Wow. Well done. Well done. Jamie, you started with USD 497 in what year?
2008.
2008. And that's after 2 years of playing volleyball at Baker and then transferring to KU and then spending 2 years on the crew team.
Yeah, I was a rower, and then after that was fortunate enough to play club for KU volleyball.
Wow. Okay. How'd you like that crew team experience?
Definitely didn't know you could push yourself physically in the way that it was necessary, but it was a blast. It was a really, really cool experience.
You know, those coaches, they're not out there recruiting rowers. They're recruiting athletes, aren't they?
Yes, very much so. And volleyball players, basketball players, they look for it all.
Yeah, exactly. So currently you're teaching PE here in the district, and you served as an assistant volleyball coach for how many years?
Served for assistant for 9 years.
And then you took over the head job in what year?
Took over about halfway through in 2018, and then as the interim, and then was lucky enough to get hired on the following year.
So tell me how this head coaching thing came about. I mean, is this something you were seeking, or it was suggested, hey, Jamie, how about you step in and run this program? How'd that happen?
It was always suggested. Honestly, I never really pursued it wholeheartedly. I loved coaching. It was always an aspiration of mine to kind of continue that legacy. But it just honestly, the stars kind of aligned, and it just kind of fell in my lap and was presented with the opportunity, and I took it and was just excited to see what I was able to do.
Who suggested it to you that you step in and take over?
A lot of people, a lot of friends, and a lot of family. My dad, a lot of good colleagues of mine said that you should just give it a shot and see what you can do, and I just went ahead and did it.
So are you telling me that as a student at Free State High School, you were sitting at your desk in my English classroom thinking, someday I'm going to be the head volleyball coach here?
Nope.
That wasn't it?
That wasn't it. But it obviously has been a huge honor and just a really awesome way to give back to the community. And I take pride. I take pride in this town, and it was just a really fun opportunity to pursue and take part in.
Well, you've been here all your life. You're certainly, what a lot of people would call a Lawrence kid. So to come back and coach at your alma mater, I think you're right. You take pride in that.
Absolutely.
So absolutely. So you've been part of this Free State Lawrence High rivalry for a number of years. First as a volleyball and basketball player here at Free State, and now as a coach. So tell me what it's like as a player.
I love it. I love the competition. It's fun being able to play in front of a rowdy crowd. A lot of them are your friends. I went to Southwest, so that kind of split 50-50 at the time. So it's just a really, really fun environment to take part in. And as a competitor, it's kind of a competitor's dream to be able to just, compete in that kind of an environment. It's so much fun.
And as a coach, is it different?
It's a little bit different. I mean, my motto's always been, pressure is a privilege, and it's a lot more kind of individualized when you're a coach. You take a lot more, pride in that preparation and execution part of it. But it's still a lot of the same, just being a competitor. But it is different. It's a different perspective when you're in the coaching world.
You said pressure is a privilege.
Sure.
Can you tell me about that?
Absolutely. Well, pressure is a privilege when, you have the talent and you have the athletes and the personnel that are hungry and want to win. And, we have a reputation in Lawrence, both sides, that, we have a bullseye on our back, and they're constantly trying to beat us. And Sunflower League is tough, and it's just really, really cool to be able to perform every single year and put out, just a lot of competitors.
So as you approach this game, and it's on the schedule, and all your kids know when it's going to be, and people talk about it, and they hear about it at home, and they hear about it in the hallways. What are you telling your kids as this game comes up?
I always tell them to embrace the chaos. Embrace it. It's fun. You got to embrace it. The preparation stays the same. The execution might be a little different based on the personnel and the matchup that we're going to face. But it's really just in preparation for just the dynamic and just kind of the environment that they're going to face.
Embrace the chaos.
Yeah.
Well, you should print that up on your business card. So tell me, do you have a favorite memory from a Free State Lawrence High game? Any sport at all?
Sure. My favorite memories are Lawrence High Free State football, hands down. The memories, watching my brothers play, watching my dad coach, just being on the sideline, being able to be with my family, some of which are no longer with us. Those are memories that last a lifetime. And I really take just pride in this school, in this community, and it's just, those are things that will live with me forever, and my family.
Oh boy, you tell your kids to really embrace that too, those moments.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. Well, let's talk about your team a little bit. What can you tell us about the Firebirds?
Sure. We're a family. The connectivity is strong with my athletes this year especially. We have a growth mindset this year. We lost 8 seniors last year, so we've been really working on building back that culture and that connectivity on the floor. It's an ultimate team sport, so you really got to have that trust and connection to perform every single week. And we have a grueling schedule. We always do. Sunflower League is loaded and stacked, and but the goals and the mission always stay the same.
So your team is young. How is the season going?
Season's been a lot of adversity. It's been a challenge this year, but every single week we've gotten better in some facet. And right now, with postseason coming up, we're ready. We are continuously getting better, and I'm really excited to see what this group can do come postseason next week.
So you're growing, you're maturing.
Yep.
And regionals are just around the corner.
Just around the corner.
And so expectations?
Expectations are to win sub-state and go back to Salina.
Okay. Those are yours and the girls?
Yes.
Okay. Everybody's sharing the same goal.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. Big moments so far in the season?
Big moments, I would say, just taking sets off of ranked teams. We have taken quite a few sets off of some pretty decent teams and have competed with a lot of decent teams, including Mill Valley. We have competed with St. James. Lawrence High, another one we've competed with pretty well. That was a definite growth night. There's just been a lot of things that we've seen connection-wise and just with our youth that's real promising for the future.
So your most important job as a head coach, not just this season, but overall, any season.
Sure. That's culture. That's culture development for your program. Culture never stays the same. Culture is one of those things that you have to continuously work on and work at to ensure that you are withholding that standard, not only for your program, but for school pride, for community, and just to ensure that these girls realize that there's stuff out there larger than themselves, and we want them a part of it.
Wow. What a great thing to live on. So what do you want most for your players?
What I want most for my players is to leave the program what we call the all-around. So we really take pride in trying to put emphasis on the person, not just the athlete, but we really focus in on academics, community, athletics, obviously, but we want them leaving our program better than when they came in, and just to really, truly take pride in their school and what we stand for in the program.
I'm listening to you, Jamie, and I'm thinking to myself, what a great ambassador you are for Free State High School and for the city of Lawrence.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for joining us. This has been an absolute pleasure for
me. Thank you. My pleasure.
All right. That's Jamie Lisher, folks, and she is just a really solid coach for us, and we're looking forward to more great things from her.
All right. Well, let's take a quick time out. This is KLWN. Depend on it.
Truity Credit Union is a proud supporter of the Lawrence High Lions and all Lawrence public schools. We've donated over $61,000 to support our schools and teachers. Get your Chesty Lions Spirit debit card today. Each purchase you make with the card raises money for our schools. You swipe, we give. Visit a branch today or online at truitycu.org/spirit card to learn more. Stand up and cheer for your Lawrence Lions with Truity. Truity Credit Union is federally insured by the NCUA.
The Boys and Girls Club of Lawrence is celebrating 50 years of creating great futures for kids in our community. That's a lot of lives touched in 50 years. The kids who walked through our doors in 1974 have sent their kids, and now those kids are sending their kids. If you attended the Boys and Girls Club as a kid, we want to hear from you. Your memories, your experiences, your stories are important to us. Visit bgclk.org to learn more. That's bgclk.org, bgclk.org.
Pearson Collision Repair has an award-winning team that makes the auto collision repair craft like fine art. With awesome pay, paid holidays, and weekends off, Pearson Collision Repair strives to hire only the best, and they want you to apply. Pearson is looking to add to their team of craftsmen. Committed to excellence? Want career growth in a fun place where quality is rewarded? Come join the award-winning team at Pearson Collision Repair. Take your excellence where it's appreciated. Go to the Pearson Collision Repair page on Facebook and apply today.
And just like that, it all comes down to this. 4th and goal. Matt, take yourself inside the huddle. What play are you calling?
I'm saying, let's go to 23rd Street Brewery.
Right now?
Yeah.
It's the biggest play of the game.
No better time than that. There's no better spot to watch football than 23rd Street Brewery. We've got the Lions, the Firebirds, of course the Jayhawks, and all the NFL action.
Well, we better get out of here fast to catch the ending of the game. Dibs on the Haney turkey stack.
That's the 23rd Street Brewery, corner of Clinton Parkway and Castle.
Rituals. We get up, get dressed, and yes, put our pants on one leg at a time. It's true. People are creatures of habit. Heck, on game days, I bet you can't wait to get off work. Jump in the car, turn on the radio, you listen to the pregame or your favorite sports announcer while picking up your dry cleaning and heading home to watch the game. Just like a ritual or a habit, Scott's Dry Cleaners, family-owned business, has been proud to serve the Lawrence and Topeka area throughout the years. Clothing and cleaning styles may have changed, but their work and service is the same. ScotchCleaners.com.
Home of the Flint Hills is just that, home. When finding a senior living community for you or your loved one, it's important to find a place that feels welcoming, safe, and most importantly, like home. Home of the Flint Hills is progressive aging in place in a home-like family environment with care and assistance for living well while enjoying yourself. The new home in Silver Lake is a ranch-style home on the edge of town with a few openings still available. HomeoftheFlintHills.com, the best-kept secret in senior living.
Your home for the Jayhawks, Lions, and Firebirds is FM 1017 and 1320 KLWN. Depend on it.
Free State 10, Lawrence High 7. We're at halftime and getting ready for the second half of play with Craig Hershiser. I'm Derek Johnson on FM 1017, 1320 on the AM dial, KLWN.com, KLWN app, or on our video feed at KLWN.com with the Great Plains Media YouTube page. You can find that on YouTube. You can find that on our website, KLWN.com. Click the High School Sports tab, and we get ready for half number 2. So the Firebirds leading 10-7. We saw 2 touchdowns, one for each team in the final 5 minutes of the first half as things started to heat up. Free State is going to receive the ball to start the second half here. If you're Kevin Stewart, do you give out any extra reminders to watch out maybe for a fake onside or do anything differently here?
Well, that's a great question. It seems to me that might be a little risky at this point. But I think, yeah, maybe the last words before you send them out is be alert up front.
So key for Lawrence High in the second half. What is the key for the away team to come through with I guess at this point, come from behind victory?
You know, I think you got to tell your kids how well they played the first half. They had one letdown, and that was a huge run by Lincoln. Other than that, they played extremely well, and so I think you say it's 10-7. It's still anybody's ball game. We just got to go out and take it.
Free State side of the field. What are you saying if you're on that side?
Well, you want to build on the momentum there that you had right at the end of the half, and so they're getting the ball first, right?
That's right. Yeah.
Well, I think this first possession after receiving the kickoff is pretty darn important. If you go out and kind of flub things up and get a couple of procedure penalties or something like that, I think the key is great execution. We heard Jamie Savage talk about it. Execution and discipline, right? That's what they need. They need execution and discipline on this drive to get it going the way they want it to go.
Well, our halftime report has been brought to you by 23rd Street Brewery, and our insurance provider is Kurt Gieser State Farm in Lawrence. Like a good neighbor, Kurt Gieser State Farm's team is there to serve all your insurance needs. Give Kurt and his team a call today. So the Firebirds will get ready to receive in the second half a cool night, a windy night here at Free State High School in the Cage. Lions came in at 4-2 on the year, coming off their second loss of the season. They've lost 2 of their last 3. Began the year 3-0, 41-22 at Olathe South, 49-14 to Olathe West, and 31-28 in double overtime with Shawnee Mission East. Then a 24-6 loss at Olathe East, 37-22 win over Shawnee Mission North, and a 35-6 loss last week against Gardner, the number 1 team in the state. Though Gardner's down right now to Olathe East, 14-7 at halftime. So that's how they're 4-2. Free State comes in at 6-0. And their path to 6-0, a 44-29 win at Olathe West, 26-0 at Olathe Northwest, 17-12 versus Olathe East, 41-12 versus Shawnee Mission Northwest, 49-24 at Shawnee Mission South, and 49-6 at Shawnee Mission North. The regular season finale for both teams, Lawrence will be at Shawnee Mission West next week, and Free State will be at home against Olathe North, who's the number 2 team in Class 6A right now. So a tough finish to the year for the Firebirds, to say the least.
Well, it's a big challenge, these last 2 games, but I kind of think that's how you want it heading into playoffs.
Well, if you win, certainly get the momentum boost, although we thought that last year after they beat Olathe North, and then things did not go well in the first round of the playoff matchup. But that was a young Free State team, another year older, and so far unbeaten, looking to stay that way. 3-point lead. It will be a squib kick, and it will be fielded by Lincoln, who immediately goes down at the 36-yard line, and the Firebirds will have the first down. I'm surprised Lincoln didn't return that. Usually you see the guy when he's an up back, and maybe he's a DN, doesn't know what to do with the ball, he just falls down. But Lincoln's a running back.
Yeah.
Run the ball.
Yeah, and he had room to run, I agree,
Yeah.
but maybe he just figured, well, that wasn't the plan, so I'm going to secure the football and give us some fairly decent field position.
Well, saving his legs for the offensive side of the ball. He's out there as the running back. It is a stacked formation. Hamilton will go in motion from left to right, and Edison will throw quickly to him in the flats at the right. He catches and will be hit out of bounds for a gain of about 4. Free State didn't really get the passing game going much in the first half.
Boy, the receivers, the wideouts were just absent. Kind of like the Chiefs receivers.
I felt like they were running the ball a lot. Maybe part of that is with the weather and the wind and everything. As Edison going to give off up the middle and nowhere to go for Grant Lincoln. He does fight as much as he can. He'll get a yard. It'll be 3rd down and 6 as Devin Foster, the young sophomore. Well, that's the thing. This Lawrence High team is filled with sophomores all over the field. You got Devin Foster, Jaden Harrell, Josh Galbraith, Kayvon Price. Those are all players who start on the defense, just sophomores, and they've got more on offense. It's 3rd down and 6. Dropping back, Edison takes one step looking, throws over to the right. It's caught by Landon Leipold. Leipold works his way inside the 40. First down, Firebirds.
Give that completion to the offensive line. They had a clean pocket for Wesley Edison and time for Leipold to work himself open. Ball perfectly delivered right in stride, and the first big play by the wide receiver core.
Looks like he might have been running kind of a corner sail route up there, and he's had a fantastic season, over 20 catches, over 300 yards, 3 touchdowns. It's the second time he's been targeted today, and it moves him all the way to Lawrence High 38. Under 11 minutes to go here in the third quarter as we've just got underway in our second half. Edison, QB power to the left. He's hit by Galbraith trying to grab him forward, and he'll fall forward up to the 33. Great effort, churning the legs by Edison.
Well, he's a big, strong kid, so it's going to take a little bit more than an arm tackle to bring him down there. He just dragged defenders with him for about, 5 yards?
Last year, Edison was 8 of 13, 113 yards, touchdown, 2 picks, and he had 112 rushing yards against the Lions. He fakes a give, then throws it left. Hamilton just can't hold on. The pass a bit behind him. Good coverage was applied by Jalen Parks.
That's a play we haven't seen this year, and a pretty clever design. That ball was just under-delivered.
It seemed like you had 2 options there. You had to either throw it right away because it was kind of a wheel route, or you had to wait and let him loop forward and then kind of put loft on it. And it was a bit behind. Obviously, Free State's going into the wind, so that might have knocked the ball down a little bit. It's 3rd down and 5 for the Firebirds at the LHS 33-yard line. 2 receivers left, 2 to the right. Edison drops back. Late pressure comes from LHS. He gets hit as he throws over the middle and overthrown. Hamilton and Leipold were converging on the ball. And the late pressure, I think it was Noah Richardson, kind of a delayed blitz. I wonder if he was a QB spy and then decided to go.
Yeah, and it certainly did disrupt the delivery of Wesley Edison. And then I kind of wonder about that route. You had 2 receivers really in close proximity to each other.
4th down and 5. And you wonder if, I don't know if there was maybe a scramble or something. Normally you don't see 2 receivers converging on the ball if somebody had maybe the wrong route. Either way, 4th down and 5. Edison running out to the right, breaks one. He's got the first down, carrying forward across the 25, and the Firebirds move the chains. Edison, just such a powerful runner. We've seen different variations of the running quarterback at Free State, whether it was Malik Berry, kind of a power runner in the ilk of Wesley Edison, speed runner to the extent of a Jet Deneen, but Edison has all the power. And it looks like we're going to get a timeout on the field for an injury with 10:05 in the third. We'll take a 30-second break with them. Firebirds near the red zone, up 10-7 on KLWN. Depend on it.
There are a lot of Mexican restaurants that claim to be authentic or think their food tastes that way, but nothing compares to Mama's Tamale Shop. Enjoy artistically prepared tamales, empanadas, and street tacos with your choice of meats and salsas that are prepared fresh to order. Not sure what to order? Mama's will always give you a sample. Relax and enjoy great food and try one of the fresh waters or jarritos on the patio. Authentic Mexican food. Come hungry, leave satisfied. Mama's Tamale Shop, 9th in Louisiana.
Your home for the Jayhawks, Lions, and Firebirds is FM 1017 and 1320 KLWN. Depend on it.
10:05 to go in the third quarter. Free State 10, Lawrence High 7. Firebirds looking to win their second straight in the series. Lawrence High looking to win back after falling 28-26 last year. And the Firebirds are at the Lawrence High 24. I'm with Craig Hershiser, Derek Johnson here on KLWN and our video stream at KLWN.com. Hamilton going to come in motion behind the play. Edison will give to Lincoln running up and to the left. He slips one up to the 20, then works to the outside and falling forward as the final tackle by Tony Jacobson. It'll be short of the first down, but he's darn near it. Up to the 15-yard line.
You know, he's kind of that old-fashioned fullback type. You see he covered both points of the ball, and then just dropped his shoulder and delivered the contact.
Second down and 1. And, I was mentioning some of the quarterback running styles. We've seen different running back running styles, too, at Free State, whether, again, you have Jackson Deneen, who's more of that fullback style, and that's kind of what you're seeing here with Lincoln. Second down and 1. It'll be taken by Edison. He sidesteps as he's able to get behind. Flag comes in as he works his way up inside the 10-yard line. He kind of just did a hop step backward to avoid a oncoming tackler. We'll see what the flag is. He did pick up the first down and more, but I think this is going to be on Free State.
Yeah, Firebirds backing up here, so
holding call.
We're going to assume this is a hold.
We've had, I think, 3 or 4 holds on Free State. I think 3 or 4 holds on Lawrence High.
Yeah.
It's second down and 11 now from the 25. They've got to get up to the 14. 2 receivers left, 2 to the right. Leipold and Hamilton are on the slots to both sides, but now Hamilton in motion behind the play. Edison will take QB power left. He's hit behind the line, but stiff arms him down. Then he powers forward up inside the 20. Noah Richardson bringing him down after a gain of 7. Edison this year has 26 touchdowns, just 1 interception. He's got 11 passing. He's got 15 rushing. He's taking care of the football and looking to do so here to finish out this drive. Third down and about 4 yards to go as Edison will keep left and working patiently. Then he's going to be stunted down at about the 16. He'll be short of the first down on the line to gain as it was Cam Clark, the big 6'3", 280-pound senior, and it's 4th down and 2. Free State keeps the offense on the field. Huge play either way. And we'll see if they actually run a play or maybe just try to get them offside and then call a timeout. 8 minutes to go in the third. Edison from the left hash. Lincoln, his running back, to the left. They will snap it. Edison, QB power up the middle of the 15, gets hit, dives forward. It's going to be enough for the first down. Nowak and Xander Thomas around there for LHS. Pretty good defense, but just a good run by Edison.
Yeah, they list him at 6'3", 210. And again, like all good runners do, he falls forward. What a nice job he does of just kind of picking his spots. He's a pretty patient runner this year and finding those open gaps. And you're right, that was a big play.
Edison will now gun it and give it over to Lincoln, who works his way up to the 9 out of the shotgun snap. Gain of about 4, and that'll keep him on schedule.
Lincoln just runs through all the mayhem down there, just finding open spaces and picking up yardage here, always moving forward.
Last week, Lincoln had just 5 carries, but he had 64 yards. He had
Yeah.
a catch for 19. And now we're going to get a stoppage. And maybe either an injury or timeout. It looks like Nowak is being kind of helped off the field, and they're going to have to put, I think, Cam Clark back in. Well, now 7:13 to go in the quarter. 2nd and 6 for the Firebirds at the 9 of LHS. For Lawrence, you feel like you'd have a win here if you hold them to 3. Although who knows if this would be 4-down territory for Free State.
And I'm thinking a touchdown here will really look just very, very big if Free State can pull it off.
Hamilton in motion, keeping it as Edison left, finds a hole. He's just stumbled around the knees. If he would have got by Xander Thomas, that would have been an easy touchdown, but a big tackle by Thomas. It is going to be a solid gain for Edison, and he's right at the line to gain. It is enough for a first down.
Thomas saved a touchdown with that tackle, giving his defense a chance to line up one more time.
1st and goal from the 3. Edison keeps left, cut back to the middle. He's halted. He does fall forward, but not much room to go. It was well played on the defensive line. I think that was Xander Thomas again. So Thomas, the senior safety, who's got 3 interceptions this year. Secure tackler around the goal line right now. 2nd and goal from the 3. Firebirds, meanwhile, have almost exhausted half the clock here in the 3rd quarter. Edison keeps up the middle. Big hold to the right. Gets away from the ankle tackle, and he's in for the touchdown. Hayden Reese blew through and nearly had him, but Edison running hard in for his 2nd rushing touchdown of the game.
You know, they had a power blocker lined up to the left side of Edison, just ahead of him, and it looked like that's the direction the play was supposed to go. Edison took a step that way, then countered back into that hole. We're looking for a kick now to go up 17-7.
The hold and kick are both good. Ishkandrini able to make it 17-7. Firebirds lead by 10. 6:09 to go in the 3rd quarter. We'll be back for more of the City Showdown on KLWN. Depend on it.
Parents, are you ready to take on the changing seasons with confidence? Look no further than Panda Pediatrics. As temperatures fall, kids spend more time indoors with friends, and right now it's essential to protect your little ones from the flu and COVID-19. At Panda Pediatrics, our Best of Lawrence pediatricians have you covered with drive-through and in-office vaccine clinics all season long. When sickness does hit your household, Panda Peds is here for you with same-day sick care. Don't wait. Keep your kids feeling their best. Visit online at pandapeds.com. That's PANDAPEDS.com.
Your home for the Jayhawks, Lions, and Firebirds is FM 1017 and 1320 KLWN. Depend on it.
Last 2 drives, the Free State's had the football, touchdowns, and they went from trailing 7-3 to now leading 17-7. 6:09 to go in the 3rd quarter with Craig Hershiser. I'm Derek Johnson. The previous drive was a quick drive. It was less than 3 minutes. This drive, though, they exhausted almost half the quarter.
Well, we talked about it before the kickoff. What did Free State have to do? And that was a statement drive right there. We talked about them having a clean possession, executing, moving the ball down the field. They did exactly that, capped it off with a touchdown. You mentioned off air that 17-7 looks like a pretty good-sized lead, and it does, you know, barring any bizarre turnovers or anything like that. But the way this game has gone, yeah, 10 points looks pretty big right now.
LHS's one score was off a turnover as the kick goes away. Jacobson will field it. The wind, actually, it's going to angle it out of bounds. I mean, talk about the wind carrying that ball. It basically hit where the hash was, and Jacobson was kind of running around like a infielder who couldn't find a pop fly. He wasn't even able to touch it and went out of bounds. So this will be good field position for Lawrence High to open up this drive.
Well, no infield fly rule in this game, but the ball going out of bounds does set Lawrence High up with very good field position, actually, starting at the 35.
They'll start from the left hash, 6:09 in the quarter. Both teams all 3 timeouts. Firebirds with their biggest lead of the game. Lions looking to come from behind. They'll send Taj Edwards into motion from the slot to the running back position, and Edwards will get the call up the middle. Edwards showing his speed, 1st down and more, up to the 49, where he's tripped up. And I believe that tackle was Parker Moore. Prevented maybe even a touchdown. I don't know, the way Edwards was running hard there. Gain of 15, though, on the play. 1st and 10 to midfield. 3 receivers right, 2 to the left. Bowen will send Edwards in motion, fake it to him, and go straight up the middle, and he is hammered after about a yard or 2.
That was a shot.
Jeffries from the side. It was Bengoa who applied the brutalness of the hit from straight on.
Yeah, they came up and said, let me introduce myself.
And only a gain of 2. It's 2nd down and 8. And they'll be thinking twice about that one next time. Out of the pistol this time, Bowen going to give to Edwards, running along the left side between the guard and tackle. He's up to the 44. Brought down again, it's Bengoa, the Sam linebacker, in on another tackle. He's the team leader in tackles. He's had many of them more today. It's 3rd down and 4 for the Lions offense. They've got to get to the 40-yard line of Free State.
This Lions offensive line has really acquitted itself very well throughout the night here.
Well, they said in the offseason it was the strength of the team, and it's shown out over the course of the season. They'll fake it, give the running back pressure up the middle. Bowen evades it, then works up. He's going to be hit after maybe about a yard gain, and it'll be 4th down and 3. Firebirds defense blitzed, and it looked like they had second-level players ready in case Bowen took off.
I think that was Bengoa again on the tackle, wasn't it? But the blitz just really blew up the pass play, made Bowen get on the move early. But you're right, the second-level defenders, at the linebacker level, did a nice job of keeping him in front and then bringing him down, bringing up a 4th down and 3 right here.
To say this would be the game would be well too much emphasis. It's still full quarter play, and Lawrence High, this is going to bite them again. They're going to have to call a timeout to avoid a delay of game. The play clock was down to 3 seconds.
Wow.
3rd time this has happened tonight. It happened 4 or 5 times last week, including 2 times in the red zone on drives that they ended up being stopped on 4th down inside the 15. And we'll keep it right here, 4:06 to go in the 3rd quarter.
That is, boy, that's tough to swallow.
It seems like it's happening 2 to 3 times every week.
Yeah, if you're the coaching staff over there for the Lions, that's hard to handle because you're just thinking about, boy, we might need this late in the 4th quarter.
Yep. Especially down against the team who can run the football really well with Free State. Can believe that. I mean, we just saw Free State have about a 6-minute drive.
Yeah.
You got to secure those timeouts.
And the only pass of note was the one completion to Leipold. Everything else significant was on the ground.
It is 4th down and 3 for the Lions. Again, it would not be game over if they missed this, but certainly the odds would be against them heavily. They'll give it up the middle. Jacobson's got the 1st down, and he hits a defender forward for a gain of 5. They'll move the sticks. Huge conversion for LHS. Prescott on the tackle.
That is a lot of faith in your offensive line. 4th and 3. 4th and a long 3, and you run a play up between the tackles, you're basically saying it's on you fellas, and they delivered.
3 receivers will be to the right, 2 to the left. Out of the gun, Bowen. They send Edwards in motion, the speedy running back. High snap. They give to Edwards up the middle. Good push by the line. He's up to 30, cuts out to the 25 as Prescott helps bring him down with Bengoa. And the Lions move the chains again.
Boy, look at that blocking downfield for Lawrence High. The receivers understand their job. It's a running play. They're totally bought into it, and they're blocking 10, 15 yards down the field.
1st and 10 from the 24 again. They'll motion Edwards to the right side of the backfield, and it'll be give to him again. But this time stonewalled at the line of scrimmage and driven into the turf. Guess who? Crow Bengoa. What a drive this has been. He's probably got about 5 tackles on this drive alone.
Well, he is he's holding himself accountable and certainly delivering here. He'd probably like a little bit of help from some of his teammates.
2nd down and 10, no gain on the play. Jacobson now in at running back again. We haven't seen a ton of Paul. Quick throw left is going to be caught by Wingard, who angles out after the quick out. And that'll about cut the sticks in half. A little short of it. 3rd down and 6. Lions have scored 54 points in the 3rd quarter. That's their 2nd best quarter. Free State's only given up 16. That is tied for their best quarter defensively with the 4th quarter. 3rd and 6 out of the pistol set. Bowen going to fake. Actually, no, it is a give to Jacobson, who's going to get knocked down just inside the 20-yard line. Ben Goa again. Jeffries helped him.
Good stop right there.
This is the drive of Crow Ben Goa. That's the 5th or 6th tackle by him on the drive, and it is another 4th down for Lawrence High. Now, this would be about a 37-yard field goal that can make it a one-score game, but it might be a bit out of range. They do have the wind at their back, but it's 4th and 5, and they're going to go for it.
They're going for it. So 4th and 5, I mean, they've come up with larger conversions than that tonight, but we'll see if this Free State defense can get a little help for Crow Bengoa and make a stop.
And another timeout's going to have to be used. There was 5 on the play clock. Lawrence High does it again. Another timeout burned with the play clock winding down. 2:09 to go in the third. We'll take a 30-second break with them. Firebirds up 17-7. Big 4th down for Lawrence High on KLWN. Depend on it.
For the Kansas Center for Sedation Dentistry, here is Dr. Heck.
We have such awesome pieces here with the doctors and staff. I'm just excited and so confident that we can deliver just the best care in the best setting with comfort and anxiety-free dentistry. You know, that's really our mission, to be a safe place for families and individuals by offering world-class anxiety-free dentistry. That's really our niche. We enjoy taking good care of people.
The Kansas Center for Sedation Dentistry. Kind, caring, and understanding when you need it most. Online at kansascenterforsedationdentistry.com.
Your home for the Jayhawks, Lions, and Firebirds is FM 1017 and 1320 KLWN. Depend on it.
With Craig Hershiser, I'm Derek Johnson. Free State 17, Lawrence High 7. Lions have a 4th and 5 at the Free State 19-yard line that they're going for. They already converted 1 4th down on this drive. They could certainly use this one. They'll be at the left hash. Free State's defense been led by Crow Bengoa this drive. Unbelievable drive it's been. Bowen in at quarterback, Edwards the running back. It'll be a drop back for Bowen. Throws a deep ball into the end zone. Wingard.
Wow.
Incomplete, but a flag comes out. Wingard just slipped by the defender at the last moment and had it carom off his hands, incomplete. But I think this is going to be either a hold or a pass interference called against Ethan Prescott. Certainly it was risky for the end zone throw on the 4th and 5, but it pays off for Lawrence. And the pass interference call will move them halfway to the goal. Just inside the 10, it'll be 1st and goal.
Well, you know, if you're playing poker with Clint Bowen, you better be ready for him to push everything to the middle of the table. I mean, 4th and 5 and taking a shot in the end zone.
Blitz comes now for Free State and swallowed up Tony Jacobson. A late flag does come in. The tackle for loss was made by Blaine Larkin. Absolutely blasted him for a loss of about 2 or 3. But we'll see what the flag is. Was somebody maybe offside to get that advantage?
You got to wonder.
It came in so quickly. It is at the line of scrimmage, though. And it's going to be a face mask.
Whoa.
And see, that's a big mistake for the Firebirds because obviously they didn't need to do that. They had 2 or 3 bodies in the backfield.
That's a major penalty and really a backbreaker, potentially.
And instead of 2nd and goal at the 13, 1st and goal at the 5, much big difference. So Lions looking to take advantage. They already converted 2 4th downs this drive. They have 1st and goal at the 5-yard line. And now a conversation, I think, with Kevin Stewart at the sideline. So we wait the play. Well, I wonder if Lawrence High would take maybe a shot to the end zone on the sides. There's one-on-one coverage. You got Jackson Becker on the near side, Gabe Wingard at the top of the formation. They have a pistol set. Everyone else is at the line of scrimmage. Jacobson is the running back. Free State shows blitz and movement at the line.
A lot of fingers
It's going to be against Firebirds. It'll be 2.5 yards forward. So now 1st and goal at the 2. And about 1:45 to go in the third quarter. Now more spread out formation. 2 receivers left, 1 to the right. There's a tight end at the right of the formation. Now they're going to switch sides. The tight end goes to the left side and the receiver goes to the right. So 2 receivers to the right. And now a timeout as the play clock was just hitting 0. Lawrence High has exhausted all 3 of their timeouts this drive with the play clock turning to 0, and that could come up costly later in the game if they're needing them to try to slow it down. We'll take a 30-second break. Free State leads 17-7. Lions on the cusp of scoring toward the end of the third quarter on KLWN. Depend on it.
Time doesn't slow down, and you've got so much planned already going on every day. One thing you don't always plan for is surprises, especially an unpleasant one like a car accident. Your mind immediately starts spinning with questions about damages, coverage, injuries to you or the other party, and those questions might be urgent. The law office of Sally Kelsey in Lawrence is here to help. Sally Kelsey offers free consultations and has helped people with accidents for over 30 years. Let her help you with your claim and pursue any damages you are entitled to. That's Sally Kelsey, Kelsey.
Your home for the Jayhawks, Lions, and Firebirds is FM 1017 and 1320 KLWN. Depend on it.
First and goal for LHS out of the timeout. They're all out of them, trailing by 10. Bowen takes the QB power left, falls into the end zone. Touchdown, Lions. And LHS cuts the deficit down to 4 with a PAT pending. It is the 9th rushing touchdown of the season for Banks Bowen, and his 15th total touchdown. Comes with 1:28 to go in the third quarter. And a PAT coming by LaForte, a big one to try to cut it down to 3. Hold good by Bowen, and the kick plenty of distance. It is through. Free State 17, Lawrence High 14. Both teams score on their first drive of the third quarter. We'll take a 30-second break. Firebirds look to answer again. Coming up on their next drive on KLWN. Depend on it.
Truity Credit Union is a proud supporter of the Lawrence High Lions and all Lawrence Public Schools. We've donated over $61,000 to support our schools and teachers. Get your Chesty Lions Spirit debit card today. Each purchase you make with the card raises money for our schools. You swipe, we give. Visit a branch today or online at truitycu.org/spirit card to learn more. Stand up and cheer for your Lawrence Lions with Truity. Truity Credit Union is federally insured by the NCUA.
Your home for the Jayhawks, Lions, and Firebirds is FM 1017 and 1320 KLWN. Depend on it.
Long drive for the Lions, a big one to respond. 65 yards, they convert 2 fourth downs. And with 1:28 in the third quarter, Free State now leads by 3 after the Lions' touchdown with Craig Hershiser, Derek Johnson. It does a little bit, though, feel like the Lions won the battle but lost the war, having to use all 3 timeouts on that drive.
Yeah, there were some odd things out there. 3 timeouts on one drive. Free State, three straight penalties.
As Squibb takes a high hop off the hands of Lincoln. It's a free ball. Lawrence High already has 1 fumble recovery tonight. Free State, though, has the football.
Well, we talked about when the Firebirds scored, had to go to a 10-point lead, that it looked like a pretty big lead unless something bizarre happened. Well, some bizarre did happen. 3 straight penalties that put Lawrence High down into scoring position, which they did, and now almost this fumble here, which could have been just a disaster. But they do dodge that and take over possession.
Lawrence recovered one of those in the first game of the year. So Firebirds up 3 with the football. They give it straight up the middle to Lincoln, who has all sorts of traffic to avoid at the line of scrimmage. He does get up 1. And it looks like on the tackle, Andrew Nelson and Connor Nowak.
Boy, Wesley Edison, he did score the last touchdown. He did have some impressive runs, but he hasn't had that long run that we've been used to seeing all season. And so, that read option, his part of the option has been taken away.
He'll run left and up the middle, and he's cut down right away. First contact, Hayden Reese, only a gain of about 3. We're going to pause 10 seconds real quick for station identification.
1320 KLWN Lawrence and FM 1017 K269 GP Lawrence. Depend on it.
Officially a gain of 4 there for Edison. It's 3rd and 5 from their own 34-yard line, less than 30 seconds in the quarter. There's about a 7 or 8 second difference between game and play clock, so they do have to snap it one more time. Lincoln goes from left to right, down to 10 on the play clock. Edison looking left, then under center, takes the grab out of the shotgun, looking downfield, pressure comes. Now he evades from the right and spins around to the left, scrambling out. Now he's just going to look to take it as he tucks it, and he's going to be knocked down after a gain of 2 or 3. Josh Galbraith chased him one way, all the way the other, and caught him from behind. It'll be 4th down, and that'll do it for the third quarter. And actually, he lost a couple yards. So a big play by Josh Galbraith, the sophomore, as we head to the fourth quarter. Free State Firebirds 17, Lawrence High Chesty Lions 14 on KLWN. Depend on it.
Kurt Gieser State Farm Agency understands the importance of being a member in the Lawrence community and supporting local. They also understand the importance of supporting you in Lawrence, whether it's through the peace of mind you get with insurance or helping you with any financial questions or needs. Just like this high school broadcast, Kurt Gieser State Farm Agency will tackle any issues you need covered. Give Kurt and his team a call at 785-843-0003 or visit them online at www.kurtinsures.com.
Your home for the Jayhawks, Lions, and Firebirds is FM 1017 and 1320 KLWN. Depend on it.
Well, it was 3-0 after the first quarter of play, but both teams have cashed 2 touchdowns since then. It was 10-7 Free State at the half. They got the ball first in the third quarter, went down, scored. Lawrence then made it 17-14, and now a big stop. It was a great play made by Josh Galbraith, and Free State punting to open up the fourth quarter. The Firebirds do lead by 3 here on KLWN and KLWN.com. Craig Hershiser, I'm Derek Johnson. Punt gets away from Ish Kandrini, and it'll bounce at about the 27 or 28 and take a Free State hop as Xander Thomas couldn't quite get to it, and it's picked up just inside the 20. I think it was picked up there for the Firebirds by Justin Lutz. And Lawrence High will have the football at the 19. So the Firebirds defense has been excellent all year long. They're giving up less than 14 points per game, but we've seen Lawrence be able to move the ball well. 14 points, not a huge total, but we've seen a couple other drives get around the 30 or 40. I guess first part of this question, what have you seen Lawrence High do well offensively? And second part of this question, what are you looking for out of the Free State defense here?
Well, again, it's been, I think, a case of the Lions' offensive line that has blocked so well at the line of scrimmage.
As Bowen going to run it to the right, and he is swallowed up after a gain of 1.
And what am I looking for from Free State? More plays like that defensively, where you just don't let the runner get beyond the line of scrimmage.
I think in on the tackle was Amari Laney. And by the way, Olathe East now leading Gardner 21-7 with 2 minutes left. So the number 1 team in 6A likely to go down, you would think there.
Wow.
That'd be a big surprise. Obviously, both those schools on the east side with Lawrence and Free State both on the west. Bowen out of the pistol, speed option to the left, digs his foot up and takes it across the 25. It'll be 3rd and short, officially to the 26.
Well, we talked about Olathe East at halftime and how good they really look and how dangerous they are. They beat Lawrence High, and for Free State, it took a 96-yard punt return for touchdown and then a goal line stand for them to beat Olathe East earlier in the season.
Team.
So,
I would not want to meet them in the playoffs.
Nope.
Well, this is a big 3rd and 2 for the Lions. At about the 27, they've got to get to the 29. They've got 2 receivers right, 1 to the left, but now 1 comes in motion. Mosman then centers in. High snap, good catch by Bowen. Keeps it up to the left, and this is going to be close. He's right to about the 29. I think they're going to mark him with enough to get the first down, and they will. So Bowen with the first down.
Boy, his best play was catching a snap. Never mind making the yardage for the first down. That snap was just a little bit short of going over his head. So good play by that athletic quarterback.
Free State only giving up 12 points per game at home. They've held 2 teams to single digits, 4 teams to 12 or less points. Lions with 14 right now. They've got a new set of downs at their own 30. QB draw for Bowen running left. Hit behind the line of scrimmage by Jeffries. Able to slip by, but then nowhere else to go. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage by avoiding the tackle. I think it was Bengoa and maybe Vayono in on the tackle. They do actually mark it for a loss of yards, so it will be a tackle for loss.
Jeffries has had some plays in the Lions' backfield tonight, and there was another one where just Bowen avoided the big loss, but Jeffries completely disrupted that play.
2nd down and 11 for the Lions. Again, they converted 2 4th downs last drive en route to a touchdown. 2nd and long this time. Firebirds bring some linebacker pressure. Paul, a big block. Now Bowen will throw it right and underthrown. I don't know if that was intended for Becker, who had it hit off him off the quick hop off the turf, or if it was for Gabe Wingard, who was running a little cross route. Either way, incomplete on the dangerous pass.
Well, the pocket was disrupted there. Free State sent some pressure and made Bowen move around. He couldn't get comfortable and plant his feet and deliver.
3rd down and 11. Firebirds defense made some big stops on these key money downs. It'll be an empty set for Bowen. 2 to the left, 3 to the right. They're at the left hash. Coming in motion, Edwards gets a fake. Pressure comes. He steps up into it, up to the 30, works to the sideline, somehow tiptoes it. And where did he go out? They call it enough for a 1st down. They say he was able to work along the left sideline, stay in and reach the ball forward, and just enough. What gutsy effort there by Banks Bowen.
Well, all the credit will go to Bowen, but you got to think about that receiver, and I didn't catch the number, who had a really nice block on the perimeter that allowed Bowen to get up the sideline for the last 4 yards or so that accounted for that 1st down.
It's 1st and 10 to the 41. Edwards now the running back behind Bowen. Out of the pistol set, they'll turn left, give left, and Edwards hit behind the line of scrimmage. 3 Firebirds, now 4 finish him off. Loss of a yard with forward progress. I'm surprised they even have forward progress to about the 40, but Firebirds defense doing well on the early downs now. And it'll be 2nd and 11.
Jeffries there again.
Made a lot of plays on the outside.
Yeah, one of several there in on the tackle. But this has been kind of a theme for Free State this year defensively. As well as they have played, they have also given up for 1st downs.
Bowen fakes a draw, throws over the middle. Wide open is the tight end, Wyatt Hendricks, for a 1st down to the Free State 46. They had been setting that up all game. You lull them to sleep with the QB draw, and Hendricks able to make the grab. There's another sophomore for the Lions.
Well, Hendricks was Travis Kelce open there. So good completion for the 1st down.
Up to the Free State 46-yard line. 8 minutes and change to go. They give up the middle to Jacobson, slips back couple, then stamped to the ground by the safety Noah Rupp. Up to the 41, gain of 5. Of course, right now Free State is the 1 seed in the 6A West. Lawrence High is the 9 seed, so hypothetically right now, this would be a 2nd-round playoff matchup, but obviously with still games to go, who knows where things sort out. 2nd and 5, give up the middle to Jacobson, bursting forward, then brought down by Kobe Oshner. He'll be right at the sticks to gain, and they're going to move the chains for a 1st down, up to the 36.
At this rate, with Lawrence High moving down the field and with the clock ticking down at about 7:30 left, you're kind of in a position, if you're Free State, of thinking if we give up a touchdown at the end of this drive, there's not that much time left at the end of the game. They need to stop now.
Bowen, the quarterback. Paul now in at running back. By the way, on the seeding, this is always a big gripe of mine. Lawrence High would be the 5 seed in the East, but right now the 9 in the West. This will be taken up the middle by Bowen. He hits a wall, trying to fight, but nowhere to go. Tyler Jeffries all around his leg, maybe a yard. I think it was Parker Moore finishing him off. It'll be 2nd and 10, officially no gain on the play. Bowen, who's averaging 211 total yards per game. He's had over 100 yards rushing twice this season. Out of the gun with Paul to his right hip. He'll roll out immediately to the right. Pressure from Jeffries on the backside. Throws, it's caught by Becker at the sideline. He gets the 1st down and then ducks out. They actually might have marked him short. They did. Looks like he caught it and then jumped out of bounds at the 1st down, but they say he just went straight out, so I thought he had the 1st down. Instead, it's a gain of 9. It's 3rd and 1 for the Lions at the Free State 27. Jackson Becker's 2nd catch of the game. He's had 3 games this year with 3 or more catches. Paul is the running back in the pistol behind Bowen. 6:42 to go. Pressure comes up the middle, the give to Bowen, and he'll fall forward after Blaine Larkin came in and was able to knock him. And with the falling forward for Paul, it's a first down. Up to about the 25. Last year, it was Tyrell Reed running for 101 yards for Lawrence High. Meanwhile, for Free State, they had Tay Ware run for over 100 yards. Both those running backs have since graduated. And we're going to get a timeout for Free State. They'll have 2 remaining. Lawrence is all out of them. Firebirds 17, Lions 14, but LHS is driving. We'll be back in 30 seconds on KLWN. Depend on it.
Life can get busy, and sometimes accidents can happen. Don't let spilling coffee on your nice outfit ruin your week. We have all been there. And guess what? Scotch Cleaners provides the quickest, most convenient dry cleaning service to get you looking brand new again. Looking clean and professional is what matters the most, whether you're in the office or meeting on Zoom. Keep clean even when you have accidents. Protect your wardrobe investment with Scotch Cleaners. Scotch Cleaners dry cleaning service has 9 locations around Northeast Kansas, with 4 locations in Lawrence and 5 in Topeka. Stop by now.
Your home for the Jayhawks, Lions, and Firebirds is FM 1017 and 1320 KLWN. Depend on it.
6:19 left. Free State 17, Lawrence High 14 in the City Showdown here in the penultimate week of the regular season. With Craig Hershiser, I'm Derek Johnson on KLWN and KLWN.com. Thank you to Joel Becker producing things here. It's a 1st and 10 for the Lions at the 25.5-yard line of the Free State side of the field. Lawrence was down 17-7. Big drive the previous timeout. Converted a couple 4th downs, had a touchdown. Now they're driving down again. Trying to take their first lead to the second half. Pistol set. Bowen off the play fake. He scrambles out to left, being chased by Vayono. Now he'll just dart out of bounds inside the 25. And Burns and Vayono get him out. It's about a 2.5-yard gain on the scamper by Bowen. Bowen with a rushing touchdown today. He has season highs of 3 passing touchdowns and 4 rushing touchdowns. Those were in separate games. Out of the gun from the left hash now. Pressure comes from the left. He rolls to the right. Also pressure right, and hitting him from behind, Tyler Jeffries with the sack. There is a flag. Jeffries pursued him all the way across the field and nailed him from behind. But what is the flag?
Yeah, Jeffries from the backside, you called it, chased him down from behind for the tackle. You got to believe
it's going to be a hold.
Holding call, yeah. On the initial player that was putting pressure on Bowen.
Yeah, there's pressure from the right side too. Looked like they just kind of blitzed from both edges.
Yeah, I think they schemed that blitz and it worked out beautifully.
Well, it's 3rd down and 15. LHS has it at the Free State 31. Certainly 4-down territory because I think they're out of field goal range. It's an empty set for Bowen. 5:50 to go. And now a timeout by Free State. And looks like maybe there was a miscommunication on defense. We're going to keep it right here. This is a key 3rd down. 5:49 to go. Free State now just 1 timeout. Lawrence High without any. They're at the 31, and they have to get up to the 16-yard line. I'm Derek Johnson with Craig Hershiser. So I guess a couple ways to approach this if you're Lawrence High. You could go for the whole enchilada. You could try to maybe get 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 yards. Make it 4th and more manageable.
That would be my thinking. But again, we saw Clint go with that shot to the end zone earlier in the 3rd quarter, which turned into the pass interference call. So we see that he's willing to take that chance. And I think this is a good timeout by Kevin Stewart because clearly not everybody was lined up where he wanted them to be. And this has been the tragic flaw of this defense tonight, giving up 3rd or 4th and long yardage and giving that up for 1st down. So he wants to make sure as best he can that everybody's in the right place here to make the play.
3rd down and 15. Banks Bowen, the quarterback. He's got 2 receivers left, 3 to the right. Right in the middle of the field at the 31. And movement at the line of scrimmage Looks like Lawrence High moved. I think that was the left guard, Dylan Alvarado. And now it's 3rd and 20. Well, now it brings up an interesting discussion. I mean, we're a play away from this, so maybe we should approach this only if it happens. But if you have, say, an incompletion here, do you end up punting the ball? What do you do? I don't know. You might not see the ball back. So
I don't know.
It's almost like you have to go for it.
Yeah, I'm sitting here thinking Free State has to stop him twice.
And I think that would be the way you play it. So, again, 2 receivers left. Paul on the slot to the left. Wingard is the outside receiver. 3 receivers out to the right. Bowen out of the gun. Free State brings pressure from the right side, untouched. Bowen jumps into the pocket, now jumps out to the right. Chase from behind, throws to the side. It's caught diving by Jackson Becker. He'll be short of the sticks, but a huge gain up to about the 20-yard line.
What a catch.
And I'll be honest, if there were instant replay review, I don't know if that would stand because he kind of fell on the ball.
Yeah.
But we don't have it. It's a clean catch, and it'll be 4th down and 4.
Yeah, he laid out parallel to the ground and got his hands on it. And they rule it a catch.
That is a huge play. Jackson Becker has gotten better and better as the season has gone on. 5:12 to go, 4th down and 4 for the Lions. They converted 2 last drive, looking to make it a 3rd one here of the second half. But first, Free State will use their final timeout, so we won't have any remaining for either team. And a big 4th down here. We'll, again, keep it right here. 5:02 to go. Free State 17, Lawrence High 14. The Firebirds led 10-7 at the break, then scored to make it 17-7. Lions scored last drive. Now they've gone down, and they have a chance to do so again, but it's going to come down to this 4th and 4. So last time they had a 4th down about this range was the pass interference. They were at the 19.
Yep.
What are you thinking here for the Free State defense? What are you thinking here for the LHS offense?
Well, at this stage of the game, I would be pretty surprised if the Lions ran a play into the end zone to try and get the score. I felt like last time maybe they made that call just to take the Firebirds by surprise, but there was a lot of time left in the game. Now I think it's more a matter of let's make sure we get the 1st down. Now what they choose to do, we've seen them run on 4th and 3, 4th and 4. We've seen them run, just go with running plays, just right off tackles. So I'm as curious as you are as to what's going to happen here.
Yeah, I think kind of full playbook here on a 4th and 4. So they come out of the huddle. 1 receiver right, 2 to the left. The running back is Jacobson. Free State's linebackers creeping up to the line of scrimmage. There is no deep safety. It's one-on-one coverage on the outside. 12 on the play clock. Jacobson moves to the right. They're at the right hash for Bowen. Down to 8 on the play clock. Snap. Bowen looks right. Quick throw. Caught by Becker for a 1st down. Up to the 15-yard line on the quick out, and the Lions move the chains.
There was no other option on that play. There wasn't any second read or anything like that. It was just a quick out. Bowen caught the snap, set up, threw right on time for that 1st down.
They go to Becker twice on the 3rd down, then the 4th down. 1st and 10 from the 14.5. Give up the middle to Jacobson running right. He is going to be knocked to the ground at about the 11. It was Crow Bengoa again. Bengoa might end up with 15, 20 tackles in this game.
Yeah, he has set himself quite a pace tonight.
Came in today with 48 on the year. It's 2nd down from the 11-yard line. 1st down is at the 4. Fake give to Jacobson. Bowen to the right, slips by a couple up to the 10, lowers a shoulder, and drops down at the right sideline right near the sticks. It's going to be close to a 1st down, but just short. And it'll be 3rd down and about 1. They're at the 5-yard line. Clock is halted right now at 4:08. As they say, Bowen went out of bounds. They're from the right hash. Jacobson in at running back. 2 downs to get a yard for the Lions. They'll send Mosman in motion to the right. Bowen keeps himself up the middle. He's got the 1st down. Not much more, but it'll move the chains. And now it's 1st and goal from the 4. Both teams out of timeouts.
Banks Bowen just kind of tucked himself behind an offensive line and let them do the work, and got enough for the first down. Clock's running.
We're under 4 minutes to go. Free State 17, Lawrence High 14. Lions inside the 5-yard line. And the Lions can certainly work some of the clock down. They are down to 10 on the play clock. They're out of timeouts. Bowen looking to the sideline. Down to 5. They come set with 4. Out of the pistol. They'll snap with 3, but a flag comes out. And that might have actually benefited Lawrence. They were giving it to Jacobson, and it looks like Larkin came right through. And the false start will move the Lions back 5 yards to the 9-yard line. 3:29 to go. And the clock continues to run. Now that could end up, if they score, benefiting Lawrence High because it's going to actually allow them to use more clock. But I think their main focus is just getting 6. 2 receivers left from the right hash. They send Jacobson out to the right. Bowen drops back. Pressure comes, rolls right, throws out of bounds. Almost intercepted, diving to the sideline. And now a late flag comes out.
This is going to be roughing the passer.
Larkin hit Bowen late. And a big penalty against the Firebirds will make it 1st and goal from the 4.5. And this is what we saw last time Lions were in the red zone. There were 3 penalties in the red zone against the Firebirds. They commit another penalty here and give the Lions another 1st and goal. 3:03 to go in the quarter. I don't believe we've had a game go to overtime in the City Showdown. I could be wrong with that.
I don't think so.
Again, Free State leads the all-time series 16-10. Last year, 28-26, and we've had so many close games. Since 2015, we've had 5 one-score games, 2 two-score games. Out of the gun is Bowen. He'll take a QB power to the right and runs into a wall of traffic. Nowhere to go. I think Vayono might have helped plug up the hole for the Firebirds. Looks like Tristan Tran also there. And it's 2nd and goal from the 4.5. Clock down to 2:45 and running. But certainly if this gets down to 4th down would be quite the decision.
Yeah.
If you end up kicking the field goal or going for it. Probably depends what yard line you're on at that point. We have seen LaForte hit from 27, so they are in field goal range, and that 27-yarder was to win it in overtime. Play clock down to 5. Out of the gun. Paul comes in motion with 2. They get the snap off. Bowen running left. Flag comes out. This is going to be against the Lions. Bowen throws the end zone. Dangerous pass deflected away. I think it was an illegal motion. It looked like Paul motioned and then started to go up.
Too soon.
As if this was Canadian football.
Yeah.
And so now the Firebirds have a decision. Do you take the penalty or do you decline and make a 3rd and goal? They are going to take the penalty.
Yeah, I would think they would take the penalty. Gives them the down over, but they also have more yardage to gain. And you're right, that was a risky pass that could have easily backfired on Lawrence High.
I think it might have been Byrne on the deflection, either him or Rupp. It's 2nd and goal from the 10 now, so kind of a game of ping pong going back and forth with the penalty yardage, whether they're at the 4-5 or the 9-10. 2nd and goal for the Lions, 2:14 to go. From the right hash is Bowen. 2 receivers left. Bowen scrambles to the left. He's contained, throws to the corner of the end zone. Winger dives. He holds it, but he's out of bounds. So Wingard, they say he caught the ball, but that his arms were out of bounds when he caught it. And so it'll be incomplete and 3rd and goal from the 10. I think that play will be talked about for a little bit tonight.
It will be, but the official was definitive when he made the call.
I think it was the right call, but certainly for the Lions fans who are on the other side of the fields, might hear about it from the end of this game. 3rd and goal from the 10. Down to 4 on the play clock. Lions out of timeouts, down to 1. It hits 0, they don't call it. Bowen scrambling to the right, he's being chased. Looking to the end zone, fires a dart, popped in the air, caught off a deflection. No, they say it's incomplete. Becker almost had a deflected catch for a touchdown, but instead incomplete. and the Lions will send the field goal unit out to try to tie the game.
Boy, they say it's a game of inches. It's also a game of seconds because the play clock hit 0 before the snap, and they simply didn't call it. And then Lawrence High just the ball just out of his grasp.
So Andre Lafort, the hero of the Shawnee Mission East game, from 27 yards, good snap, good hold, plenty of distance, and it's through the uprights.
Wow.
Andre Lafort, ice water in his veins.
Clutch.
Ties it at 17. Minute 56 to go. Don't go anywhere. We'll take a 30-second break. What an exciting city showdown on KLWN. Depend on it.
And just like that, it all comes down to this. 4th and goal. Matt, take yourself inside the huddle. What play are you calling?
I'm saying, let's go to 23rd Street Brewery.
Right now?
Yeah.
It's the biggest play of the game.
No better time than that. There's no better spot to watch football than 23rd Street Brewery. We've got the Lions, the Firebirds, of course the Jayhawks, and all the NFL action.
Well, we better get out of here fast to catch the ending of the game. Dibs on the Haney turkey stack.
That's the 23rd Street Brewery, corner of Clinton Parkway and Castle.
Your home for the Jayhawks, Lions, and Firebirds is FM 1017 and 1320 KLWN. Depend on it.
All right, minute 56 to go. Both teams out of timeouts. Lawrence High ties it on the 27-yard Andre Lafort field goal. 17 all between the Firebirds and the Lions. City showdown here at the Cage at Free State High School. What a game it has been. And the Lions will now kick off.
Free State, their defense, they penalized their way into giving up a touchdown in the third quarter, and then they gave up a 4th and long, or a 3rd and long, and eventually turned into a first down for Lawrence High on this last drive. Avoided the touchdown, just barely avoided a touchdown. So they came up pretty big at the end, but they have kind of created their own problems tonight.
Yes, they have, and obviously there was the fumble earlier that led to the first Lions touchdown of the game.
Yep.
And usually you expect some weird things to happen in rivalry games. Lawrence has played outside of that a pretty clean game. Obviously they had some penalties and some of the timeout issues. This will be a squib kick, kind of an odd one. It is fielded and going down for the Firebirds about the 38. They'll have good field position with a minute 54. It was Lincoln covering the ball. And he'll come out on offense. So Wesley Edison looking to engineer a drive. He beat the Lions last year. As a senior, looking to take them down once more with a game-winning drive. Lions looking to force overtime. 1st and 10. Free State at their own 38.5. Lincoln's the running back. Edison out of the gun, standing still, looking left, looking right. Late pressure comes. He's boxed in, throws over the middle. A dangerous pass, just incomplete. Wow. Makai Hernandez was blanketed all over Braylon Preston. And it was a good rush by LHS. Richardson came in, but not just a good rush. It was a well-maintained rush as they contained the quarterback run. Minute 47, 2nd and 10 for the Firebirds. Edison, again, drops back, only takes about one step, looking around, throws downfield, wide open, is the receiver, incomplete.
Wow.
It was downfield for Liam Stromberg. Stromberg was well behind the defense, then stopped. Then the ball went a yard behind him, which it wouldn't have been overthrown if he would have kept running. But because he stopped with how open he was and misjudged it, maybe the wind pushed it a little bit further. It came off his one hand, nearly a one-handed grab, and the Lions avoid disaster. The Firebirds just avoid celebration.
That is the only time tonight that we've seen a receiver that open.
3rd and 10, Edison drops back, delayed blitz, but it's picked up. He runs, no one's down. He up to the 50, cuts in at the 45, and Edison spun down by Xander Thomas to the 38. 1st and 10, Firebirds. It's a gain of 24.
Receivers on a deep route. They cleared out the secondary, and once Edison broke the line of scrimmage, he had a lot of room to run.
1st and 10, 38, Edison looking right, looking left. Pocket collapses, throws down the field, open the receiver, caught for a touchdown! Wow. Braylon Preston into the end zone on the deep post. 38-yard strike from Wesley Edison to Braylon Preston. And the Firebirds lead it 23-17 with a minute 17 to go.
The Lions secondary with such great coverage all night. Let a man get behind him tonight on that play, the deep post. Preston Edison hits him in stride and goes in for the touchdown. Big plays tonight on that drive.
The PAT attempt is through the uprights.
Wow.
Minute 17 to go. Firebirds 24, Lions 17. Braylon Preston's second receiving touchdown of the season for Edison. It's his third total touchdown of the game, his first passing, his 12th of the year. And Free State with late heroics. And now is really when those timeouts that you had to burn could come back to haunt you if you're Lawrence High.
Yeah, no kidding. And you know, that kickoff by Lawrence High got this started for Free State because the Firebirds had pretty good field position to start this drive. 24-17, minute 17 left. I think you said late heroics. Couldn't be more accurate than that.
What an unbelievable edition of the City Showdown.
Wow.
And now Lawrence High will look for some late heroics of their own. Again, they're going to have to operate without any timeouts. Minute 17, down by 7. Free State will kick things away, and so far it's been a great kickoff game for Ishkin Dream.
Got Wesley Edison's arm on that drive. He can throw it deep, and he can throw it deep with accuracy.
And I think it's going to be a little tougher here for the Lions. They're going into the wind. Free State had it at their back on that last drive, as this will be a touchback. So Banks Bowen, 77 seconds to try to move down the field without any timeouts. And if you're the Firebirds, you just, don't let anything get behind you and make secure tackles?
Well, first rule, yeah, you said it. Don't let anybody behind you. So keep them in front, wrap them up, bring them down.
Free State faithful, making some noise.
The clock's going to run unless the Lions can get out of bounds.
Lions faithful staying in the cold weather, hoping for a last-second miracle. Bowen dropping back, quick out to the right. Becker makes the catch, fighting to get out of bounds. He does at the 26-yard line with a minute 12. So it certainly seems that Becker, the young sophomore, has his quarterback's trust in some of these big plays. And it's 2nd down and 4 from the 26. That a good play for the Lions to get the drive started and get out of bounds and stop the clock. 3 receivers to the left, 2 to the right.
Well, that secondary is deep.
3-man rush. Bowen throws over the middle. Wide open Mason Mosman up to the 40-yard line, looking to get out of bounds, but it'll be cut down at the 40. They will stop the clock till they move the sticks. Edison is in on defense now, helps make the tackle with Ethan Prescott.
Yeah, he has experience at safety.
Clock starts, it's down to a minute, and quick spike by Banks Bowen with 58 seconds, and it'll be 2nd and 10 at the 40. LHS reorganizing. Now that allows them to get their composure, get the play call in. No timeouts again for the Lions. Bowen this year came into the game averaging 135 passing yards per game with 6 passing scores to 3 interceptions. 2nd and 10, 3-man rush again. Plenty of time. Throws over the middle. Mosman can't hold on. He was open at the 45. It might have been partially tipped by Crow Bengoa.
Yeah, I'm wondering if it was.
And it hit off the shoulder pad plate after that. But again, it might have been tipped to mess with his concentration. So Bengoa, who's had a billion tackles tonight. Big play there. 3rd down and 10 for the Lions.
You said Bengoa came in with 48 tackles tonight. Seems like he's had 48 just tonight.
Play clock down to 10. Lions from the left hash. This time they bring 4. Bowen rolls to the right, throws the sideline. Diving catch cannot be made by Becker. The throw was awry, and it's 4th down and 10. 48 seconds. Lions out of timeouts. If the Firebirds make a stop, they'll win the game. So your best play here. We saw Wesley Edison have a huge scramble on a 3rd down last drive. Maybe look out for Bowen to do the same here if he doesn't have the look. Free State's been aggressive, bringing pressure, but so far in this drive, they've sat back a little more. We'll see what they do here. 4th down and 10, it's just a 3-man rush. Bowen stepping into the pocket. Pressure comes from Tran. He rolls out to the right, steps up. Tran chasing. He gets away to the left, throws deep downfield, wide open. Malcolm Paul at the 20. Malcolm Paul at the 10. Touchdown, Chesty Lions. Banks Bowen to Malcolm Paul for 60 yards, and the Lions a PAT from tying or a 2-point from winning with 34 seconds to go.
If you want athletic drama, come to a Free State Lawrence High football game, because we have seen plenty just in the last 2 minutes. Both quarterbacks coming up with huge plays to get their teams into the end zone.
They are going to kick it. LaForto had the game-tying field goal, puts it through the uprights. We're tied at 24 with 34 seconds to go. All right, Craig, would you have gone for 2 there?
Nope. I think you kick it, get the point, keep it tied, keep playing.
24 all, 34 ticks to go. What else do we have in store? Overtime, maybe? I don't know. We've seen a couple of big passes. We're going to take a 30-second break. This is KLWN with Lawrence High Free State City Showdown football. Depend on it.
Fall back in love with your carpets again. Rainbow Restoration, your locally owned and trusted home restoration company for over 20 years, has a limited time offer to make your home ready for the holidays. With Rainbow's advanced carpet cleaning equipment and attention to detail, they will transform the look and feel of your home and improve indoor quality. 2 rooms for $109. This great offer doesn't last long. Must book by Friday the 13th. Call 785-371-2400 or text 785-328-4644 to schedule today.
Your home for the Jayhawks, Lions, and Firebirds is FM 1017 and 1320 KLWN. Depend on it.
Lawrence High 24, Free State 24 in the City Showdown. Our 27th rendition of the matchup. 34 seconds to go with Craig Hershiser, Derek Johnson on KLWN, Joel Becker producing for us. And Lawrence High will kick off. What an unbelievable fourth quarter this has been. It was 10-7 at halftime. It was 3-0 after the first quarter. We've seen touchdowns exchange, another squib kick, and again, Lincoln falls on it about the 39. So Free State getting good field position again. And keep in mind, their kicker, Yusef Ishkandrini, has a long of 42 this year. He's also got a long punt of 50. We've seen him get a bunch of touchbacks tonight. He's got a strong leg, so maybe to at least give him a chance. You're trying to get down, I don't know, maybe the 30-yard line, something like that, which means they need about 30 yards. They have 33 seconds, no timeouts. Clock stops on first down for the Chains to move. We saw Edison last throw, so a 39-yard touchdown. Drops back here, plenty of time. Goes to the sideline. They've got Preston, who gets out of bounds with a mild gain of about 4. 26 seconds, clock stopped up to the 43. It was Preston who caught the 39-yard touchdown grab. Hamilton is a burner downfield. Leipold's been a stud receiver this year as well. Look out for those. Edison dropping back, throwing over the middle, or trying to. He's almost dragged down from behind, gets away from it. 20 seconds, he works up the sideline and ducks out of bounds at about the 45. 18 seconds to go, and it'll be third down. They mark the football at the 44, which will make it third down and 5. Two receivers to the left, two to the right. Running back is Lincoln to the left hip. Edison drops back, 3-man rusher. He's going to take a QB draw. He's got the first down to the 50. Then he's split between defenders to the 45. Makai Hernandez, Devin Foster, and Noah Richardson bring him down to the 45, down to 11 seconds. Clock starts at 10. Edison spikes it with 8. And it'll be 2nd and 10 from the 45. So, if you're Free State, you can try to maybe get a 10, 15-yard play, get out of bounds, and then kick a field goal. You could also maybe go for the end zone. Potential Hail Mary play. Again, the golden rule here, as Craig talked about last drive, do not let someone get behind you. But what have we seen the last 2 drives, one for each defense? Somebody's gotten behind them. 8 seconds to go, 2nd and 10 from the 45. Edison, head-high snap. Delayed pressure from the linebacker, four-man rush. Now it collapses. He gets hit at the ankles, stays behind the line, throws to the sideline. It's caught by Devin Hamilton. He's out of bounds, but the clock hits 0 just as he does it.
Well, they'll have
if he would have got out with 1, they could kick a field goal, but 0 seconds. And we are headed to overtime. 24 all. Each team will get the ball at the 10-yard line, and we'll have a coin toss to decide who. We're going to take a 1-minute timeout. Overtime in the City Showdown on KLWN. Depend on it.
Truity Credit Union is a proud supporter of the Free State Firebirds and all Lawrence Public Schools. We've donated over $61,000 to support our Lawrence schools and teachers. Get your Firebird Spirit debit card today. Each purchase you make with the card raises money for our schools. You swipe, we give. Visit a branch today or online at truitycu.org/spirit card to learn more. Firebirds fight with Truity. Truity Credit Union is federally insured by the NCUA.
The Kansas Center for Sedation Dentistry in Lawrence welcomes Dr. Kelly Dummerth.
Hi, I'm Dr. Kelly Dummerth. I have recently started at Kansas Center for Sedation Dentistry. What I'm super excited to bring to the table is a whole nother focus on the aesthetic side of smile design, bringing in Lawrence dental aesthetics so that we can focus on the cosmetic side of smile makeovers, Botox, filler, whitening, crowns, veneers, anything that you can think of that can really enhance your smile.
The Kansas Center for Sedation Dentistry, kind, caring, and understanding when you need it most. Online at kansascenterforsedationdentistry.com.
Your home for the Jayhawks, Lions, and Firebirds is FM 1017 and 1320 KLWN. Depend on it.
Captains out for both teams. Once again, we'll do another coin toss to determine who gets the ball first. You know, in this coin toss, certainly picking which side of the field you want to be on is going to be pretty important with the wind.
Yeah, and the wind really, I don't think it's really let up tonight. It's still pretty brisk down there if you look at the flag.
He's Craig Hershiser. I'm Derek Johnson. We have overtime here, 24-24 between Free State and Lawrence High in the City Showdown. And it looks like Lawrence is going to be going from right to left, or, well, okay, so Lawrence is going to be, I believe, getting the ball first, but they're going to be going into our right end zone from our broadcast perspective. A crazy fourth quarter of play. So to recap things, Free State got things started with a field goal. Lawrence answered late in the second quarter to go up 7-3 with a Jacobson touchdown. Edison had a touchdown run toward the end of the first half to go up 10-7 for Free State. Then Edison had another rushing touchdown halfway through the third to go up 17-7. Lions had a long touchdown drive, and eventually Banks Bowen had a rushing touchdown to make it 17-14. Lions later had a field goal their next drive in the fourth quarter. 39-yard passing touchdown with a little over a minute to go from Edison to Preston put the Firebirds up by 7, and then the Lions scoring with a little over 30 seconds to go on the pass from Banks Bowen to Malcolm Paul from 60 yards on 4th and 10. And that's where we are, tied 24-all. Lions will have the ball. It's first down and goal from the 10-yard line as we head to our first overtime. Lions are 1-0 in overtime this year. They won in double overtime against Shawnee Mission East 31-28. For the Firebirds, their first overtime game. It'll be a fake and a keeper for Bowen straight up the middle, and he's hit hard by Crow Ben Goa after a gain of about 2 to bring up second and goal. And in that first overtime game for the Lions, they scored a touchdown. East scored a touchdown and opted to kick a PAT instead of going for 2. Then it went to overtime. East missed a field goal, and Lawrence High kicked the game-winning field goal with Andre Lafort to win it. They start with the ball again in this overtime. Second and goal from the 8. 2 receivers right, 1 to the left. Tight end Hendricks at the left side of the formation. Mosman goes in right from right to left. QB power by Bowen being chased to the sideline at the left. Able to squirt through for a gain of about 2. And it'll be third and goal from the 6. And, of course, it's always difficult if you're the team with the ball first overtime because do you go for it on fourth down? Do you take the field goal if you have to? Lions trying to avoid that decision on a key third and goal from the 6. But LHS going to burn a timeout. You get one timeout for the overtime, so the Lions were able to get a new one, and they turn it and burn it. We'll take a quick 30-second break. Lions, Firebirds tied at 24 in first overtime in the City Showdown on KLWN.
Kurt Gieser State Farm Agency understands the importance of being a member in the Lawrence community and supporting local. They also understand the importance of supporting you in Lawrence, whether it's through the peace of mind you get with insurance or helping you with any financial questions or needs. Just like this high school broadcast, Kurt Gieser State Farm Agency will tackle any issues you need covered. Give Kurt and his team a call at 785-843-0003 or visit them online at www.kurtinsures.com.
Your home for the Jayhawks, Lions, and Firebirds is FM 1017 and 1320 KLWN. Depend on it.
Third and goal at the 6 for Lawrence High. First possession of first overtime. Craig Hershiser, I'm Derek Johnson. We are tied at 24. And the Lions with the ball at the left hash. They'll have two receivers right, two to the left. And the running back in there is Taj Edwards. They'll send Paul in motion, who's the hero right now. Bowen will run out to the right, look into the flats, can't find him. Now pointing, throws downfield. Mosman in the back of the end zone, makes the catch. Lions with the third and goal touchdown. Mason Mosman from 6 yards banks Bowen, pointing out traffic and able to hit him for the score.
Well, he keeps that play, Bowen does, alive just long enough with his legs as he scrambles to the right, just long enough for his receiver to break open. Defensive secondary for Free State could just not maintain coverage, and Bowen with the accurate pass.
Good snap, good hold on the PAT. Kick is through by LaForte, and it is 31-24 Lions. Free State will need a touchdown and then would either have a decision to try to end the game on a 2 or force a double OT, but they got to have the touchdown first. Now, the beauty of this for the Firebirds, getting to go second, they know they have 4 downs to get the touchdown.
Exactly. They know exactly what they need to do. And starting from the 10, you got to like their odds. I mean, really, with the 2 running threats that they have.
3 yards in a cloud of dust works out.
Yep.
Lions defense looking to come through with a key stop. Firebirds offense looking to continue to give them a chance. Wesley Edison's been nails tonight in the clutch. It'll be first and goal from the 10. They'll send Hamilton in motion from left to right. Tight formation. Edison keeps it left, and he's going to fall forward. Good pressure around the side by Josh Galbraith. It'll be a gain of about 3, and it'll be second and goal. Actually, do mark him for only a gain of 2. So from the 8-yard line. So far, the touchdowns for the Firebirds, 2 running scores for Edison, 1 passing touchdown from him to Preston, and then they have the 1 field goal. He'll give it to Lincoln. Actually, no, Edison keeps in the backfield, spins away, somehow works for a gain. All sorts of Lions got a hand on him. He does get about a yard or 2. It could have easily been a loss of about 4 or 5. And it's third and goal from about the 6-yard line. Again, they have 2 downs to get this. Lions had third and goal from the 6, too. Edison from the right hash. QB power left, nowhere to go. Swarmed at the line, and it'll be 4th and goal. It's Galbraith in on another play. Also Connor Nowak and Noah Richardson. He actually lost a yard. And the Firebirds going to use their last timeout. We'll keep it right here.
Get a shot. And with all the attention focused on Edison, you'd think Lincoln would have had his hands on the ball and given a chance to get some positive yardage. I mean, he has been successful all night with, at least 3-4 yards at a time, if not more. Now with 4th and 6, I don't know. I think you got to roll your quarterback out. See if you can extend the play a little bit. Find some people open in the end zone. It's got to go into the end zone.
The Firebirds won 28-26 at Lawrence High last year. Lions looking to get one back. It's 4th and goal from the 7 at the 7-yard line for number 7, Wesley Edison. 2 receivers right, 2 to the left, with Lincoln in as a tight end H-back. Edison wearing the pink shoes sends Hamilton in motion from left to right. He'll take the snap a bit to his right, looking over the middle, throws to the left. It's caught by Lincoln, but he's stopped short of the goal line. The tackle made by Xander Thomas, and the Lions take down the Firebirds on their home field. Bragging rights for 365. Lions 31, Firebirds 24 in overtime.
Well, I'm sure the thought was that Lincoln could catch the ball and get into the end zone, and that could have happened had the ball been a little bit more precise, but it just wasn't. You think you got to throw the ball into the end zone, not 1 yard short, and expect your receiver to get in there for you.
And how many times, as many times we called Crow Bengoa's name, the defender, the linebacker for Free State, we called Xander Thomas's name, the safety for LHS, a ton tonight. He comes up with the tackle there at the end.
This is a disappointing end for Free State tonight. They've got, it looked like they had the game won on a couple of occasions, but give a lot of credit to this Lawrence High Lions football team, the way they continue to stay in the game and battle and keep looking for opportunities. And Banks Bowen kept that play alive at the end of regulation to find his receiver on the sideline and then convert that into a touchdown. So, you know what? This tonight, as disappointing as it is for Free State, there's still a lot of moments here where you just saw kids out there on the field making great plays, giving their team a chance to win. This is very disappointing, but the outcome is, but the effort is not. The effort was superlative for both teams, and this is going to hurt tonight. Lawrence High is going to celebrate a lot tonight. Both teams are going to have to think about tomorrow, about moving on to next week.
That's right. That's the tough thing here. Still another week of the regular season, then the playoffs. So for Free State, like you said, they can't hold their head low. It was a great effort by them. It's their first loss of the year. Lawrence played a very good game. They played a more mistake-free game without maybe a turnover here or there, without some key penalties here or there, and they came through in the end in kind of a coin flip game. For Lawrence, it's an unbelievable win for them. They come off a loss last week. They hope that this propels them to the end of the year. For Free State, they'll look to bounce back next week. Doesn't get much easier as they're going to be taking on Olathe North. Normally, on my broadcast, we give a player of the game for the team we're doing the game for, but we have both Lawrence schools here. Let's start with this. Offensive player of the game for Free State.
That's a tough one because I like Lincoln and the way he played tonight, but it was still Edison who connected on the deep post for the go-ahead touchdown. It was still Edison who made the scramble for the first down, previously in that drive. So can I just kind of chicken out and name two guys?
How about you name one? I'll take the other. So Here we go. You can go with Lincoln. I'll go with Edison.
Sounds fair.
Lawrence High defense.
I'm going to let you call that one.
All right, I'll take Xander Thomas as the guy here, but I think Josh Galbraith would be the other one that I would go with. Lawrence High offense, I'll go ahead and give that thing to, it's hard not to pick Banks Bowen. I kind of want to pick Jackson Becker. He had some big catches along the way there. Malcolm Paul, that one play was pretty huge. But I think Banks Bowen and Jackson Becker over the course of the game had the most impact. What about the Free State defense?
Well, Bengoa. I don't think I don't have enough fingers and toes to count his tackles tonight, do I?
No.
And then after that, Jeffries.
Jeffries
just, he made a living in the backfield for Lawrence High.
So Lawrence High 31, Free State 24 in overtime. The Lions win the city showdown, and the series now Free State 16, Lawrence High 11. The Firebirds drop to 6-1 on the season. They'll be at home against Olathe North next Friday night. Lawrence High improves to 5-2 on the season. They, meanwhile, will be on the road against Shawnee Mission West, and then after that, it's playoff season. For Craig Hershiser, I'm Derek Johnson. Thanks for joining us tonight. Thank you to our producer, Joel Becker. Thank you to David Ward back in studio. What a city showdown it was. And this has been FM 1017, 1320 KLWN, KLWN.com, the KLWN app. Depend on it.
It's nerve-wracking when your child starts driving. After all, you always hear about those high accident numbers for teens. You want to put your focus into making sure your child is safe and okay. And the last thing you want to deal with is a pesky insurance claim. The law office of Sally Kelsey in Lawrence will put you at ease. Sally Kelsey offers free consultations and has helped people with accidents for over 30 years. Let her help you navigate your claim and seek a fair...
17 and 1320 KLWN. Depend on it.